are officially here. Welcome to
Welcome.
Tarot Tales. This is so exciting.
It is very exciting. It's been a long time coming.
Yes, very much so. So, obviously, since we're starting this on my channel, I'll just go ahead and kind of introduce things. Um, if people pop in, hang out, grab a seat, grab a cozy cup of coffee or hot chocolate or whatever floats your boat. My name is Heather.
My name is Kelsey.
And I obviously go by Shadow and Shine kind of all across the internet. And Kelsey,
I go by Soul Light Affirmations across the internet.
yes. And we are teaming up here and doing this amazing brand new thing here live for you guys called Tarot Tales. It is a podcast. Funny story. We originally tried to start this on TikTok and failed miserably.
Like 3 times we tried, like
Yeah,
3 weeks in a row. We are persistent. We
very
are
persistent. Yes.
consistent and persistent.
Yes. It was a journey. Simply because like TikTok wouldn't let us find each other is what it comes down to. Like here at least though on YouTube, I can just send Kelsey or whoever I want really a link to just join me on the live and bam, we are here. We are live. Like there's no hangups or anything weird. So
Challenges. And just no,
no.
I was amazed, but YouTube, kudos. Your platform, excellent for live streaming.
Yes, for sure, especially with more than one person.
Mm.
It's been a hot minute since I've even gone live on YouTube, so it's nice to be back. And it's nice that there's this option to not have to go live by myself. So,
Yes, it's nice to work in pairs. It's the year of collaboration for us. So
yes.
excited.
Pluto is in Aquarius. That's all about collaborations. We'll get into all that astrological stuff
Yes.
here. Obviously, that's yet to come, you guys. But basically, what we plan on doing here, just kind of like a short synopsis of what we're going to be doing with tarot tales. Obviously, with the word tarot, yes, we will be reading cards.
On the
Ta-
nose.
yes, tarot, oracle cards, all that kind of stuff is a part of it. So, that is definitely one thing that we are going to be doing here. We're also going to be talking astrology. We are going to be taking some free readings towards the end of the podcast episode, but we hope you guys will stick around until then. Um, I see we have some people coming in.
Yeah.
Hello, Anna Sanchez.
Hello.
Welcome. You guys are here for the maiden voyage of our podcast episode, Tarot Tales. So we hope you'll stick around, especially for those free readings coming up towards the end of the podcast. But yeah, so let me have a little look here as to what we're getting into. But Kelsey, feel free to tell everyone a little bit about yourself since you're kind of like a guest here on my channel.
Absolutely. Thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to be on the maiden voyage. This has been a long time coming, this podcast. So thank you for having me here, Heather. And like I said before, my name's Kelsey. I go by the name Soul Light Affirmations across the internet. I'm an intuitive guide. That's kind of how I refer to myself, quite intuitive, and I help guide people. So I work with tarot. That was one of my original forms of divination. Oracle. I also work with energy and crystals, and I help people kind of reconnect with their higher selves.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And that's true. Like if you guys check her out on TikTok or Instagram, any of those places, she always has like something inspirational and some kind of like good input for the day of exactly what you need. So
Thank you. Yeah. No, it's
yeah.
always, I post every day pretty consistently. So, and it's always fun. And sometimes, like, I need the messages that I give
Right.
too, right? We are part of our
Yes.
own collective. So,
That's true.
yeah.
I always have to remind myself of that sometimes. Like I always try to detach a lot from the readings where I'm just like, this is for them, this is for them. And then I'm like, oh wait, that was for me.
Absolutely. And spirit likes to like piggyback, right? So, like,
Mhm.
one thing might mean different things to different people, but just as like important and impactful, right?
Yes.
So you never
Yes.
know.
Exactly. Exactly. So this is obviously our maiden voyage of tarot tales. So it may be a little bit bumpy here as we go along just because we've never been able to do this fully as we have been here. I do see there are more people coming into the chat. So hello to Robert and Life with 81. So, it's great to see you guys popping in. So yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
And let's see here. So I think the first thing we're going to get into here is we're just going to talk a little bit. Well, we kind of already have been talking a little bit about
Mhm.
what we're doing today, which is this maiden voyage. So why don't we get into our weekly card pull to
Mhm.
kind of tap into the energy of what you guys need to know. So today is January 14th. So kind of consider this the energy from like the 14th until the 21st, because that's a week from now, which we will be back. We're going to be back every single
Every
Wednesday.
week.
Same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to be here. So,
Mhm.
come back and hang out with us every single week. But yeah, let's pull some cards. Would you like to go first, Kelsey? Pull a
Sure.
card for us, see what the
Yeah.
energy is coming up
So
for the week.
perfect. Right away, I'm using my psychic tarot deck. This is the first deck I ever got. So it's look how well used that is. That is just one of my
It is
favorites. And
very
right at the
well loved.
bottom, well, and at the bottom, look, we have this like Empress card. So I feel like that is a sign. The number 3 has been coming up for me lately. This might be a sign to somebody, but I'm really feeling we're going to get into the astrology later, but I feel like this new moon is going to be incredibly powerful for planting seeds, the fertile
Yes,
ground. So that was
yes,
the first
that's
message.
coming up.
So let's see.
Let's see. What do we need to know?
What do we need to know for the week ahead?
Be
Woo!
open and receptive.
Okay. Whoa. Lots of messages coming through. All right. So we got solitude. And what I love about
Mm,
solitude, it's big hermit vibes. And what's 3 times 3? It's 9. I said number 3 is going to be significant, multiples of 3. And what I love here is that she is in solitude. So she is kind of, um, she's not ruminating on what's happened, but what she's doing is studying to learn from what has happened or what she wants to take from a lesson, right? And I think the week ahead, it's going to be fertile ground for planting those seeds of intention. But this week is also all about looking to the past, seeing what's worked for you, and kind of like sitting in meditation, whatever that looks like for you. It could be driving, it could be walking, it could be reading. Some people really resonate with that. And then right below it we have intuition. Like it just popped
mm,
it, they both popped out. So I feel like there's this heightening the energy of the week ahead is one of solitude. And it makes sense. We're kind of in the middle of winter, and
winter. Yeah.
I'm in Canada. It is snowy. It was warm today, but we're getting a cold blast. It's a perfect time for me to sit in solitude.
Yeah.
And for the
Yeah.
collective, it might be a time for that as well. That and then connecting to your intuition. And like I said, we have that fertile ground for the week ahead. So I think learning from the past, making a list of what you want to take forward, or it might be just simply delving into something new, right? That could also be a message for some of you. But I think it's a contemplation and being with yourself this week. That's that kind of that hibernation energy because it is potent.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, to kind of piggyback on that, let me grab my winter whimsy deck because
Yes.
it is winter. It is very much kind of like the season of solitude. I don't know if you guys heard that
I,
in the background.
I hear a
That
cookie.
that was Callie. That was my mom's dog because I am still in Chicago as of the moment from the holidays, obviously. At my mom's. I'll be going back to Colorado actually, hopefully this weekend now that her driving test is done. Um,
Yes. And it went well. So
yes, she
that's less
passed.
stressful.
She can
Yeah.
still drive on the road. She was so nervous about it. I was like, Mom, you're gonna be fine." And
Well,
sure enough,
and
she was.
Oh yeah, she absolutely, but I'd be scared to take a driving test now too. Like
I
after
know,
like I've been
yeah.
driving for 16 years, like you pick up some habits. Like it's
That's
just
true. That's true. You get more
yeah,
comfortable on everything.
good for
It was
her.
such like a role reversal moment because I felt like the parent having
Yeah,
to like reassure the child, like, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna pass that out. Like all the things that my mom told me when I was the one who was trying to get her driver's license at 16. So
that's too good. Yeah, exactly right. It is
mhm.
completely we do tend to do that with our parents, don't we?
Yes, the role reversal does eventually happen. If someone had
Mhm.
told me that like way back when, I would be like, no, but whatever. Like she's my mom. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, so we got Winter Whimsy here.
Love it. That's
And
one of
you
your
guys
decks.
can, this is, yes, this is one of mine. So if you go to my website, shadowandshine.com, we're going to be talking about shadowandshine.com quite a bit because not only can you purchase this deck for yourself if you are interested in it, but you can also book readings with me. You can book readings with Kelsey, and there's other readers there too. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening there. So you'll have to go and check it out. But let's see what messages Winter Whimsy has for us for this coming week. Oh, there we go. We got one that flipped out. Enchanting Delight. We
Oh,
have Enchanting Delight. I love that. So I
oh,
feel like to kind of
beautiful.
like piggyback on that message of solitude, I feel like it's saying like not solitude in like a boring way or an isolating way or a way where it's like seasonal depression where you're going to be feeling down and out or anything, but it's like there's an opportunity to find magic in it, delight in it,
Mhm.
um an opportunity to find something mystical within that, because it's true, like that's kind of when we tap into those magical moments. It's not necessarily when everything is very loud and brash and in our faces and bold. It's in those quiet moments where it's like a little sparkling star in the night sky.
Well, and I was thinking, I was envisioning almost the moonlight bouncing off this, like the snow, like that kind of
Yeah.
like the stillness and the quiet,
Yes.
and you wouldn't have noticed had you not been quiet and still.
Exactly, and
Ooh, I
it's so
goosebumps.
pretty. I love that. It is. It's such a magical time of
Mhm.
year. I feel like as I get older, I appreciate it more when I was young than when I was younger. Like, obviously, I loved it from the aspect of like the holidays and Christmas, but it's like after that, I was like, oh, it's winter. I'm over it now. But I feel like as I get older, I have more of an appreciation for even like the January and February kind of winter.
I'm learning to like lean into the. It's almost like a transformational energy, so I understand that, like it's, I feel
Yeah,
like there's a lot of hype around fall and spring and summer and
that's true. That's true.
that
And the at the end of winter after the holidays, it's kind of meh. And,
long and
and I get
cold.
it. Yeah, I mean I get it. It's like the holidays are over. It's like where are we going to find that magic? But the magic is always within. So it's like it's always there. We can always make it magical. So that's our little message from Enchanting Delight here from Winter Whimsy. I love that.
That was a great,
Very cool.
they really worked well together.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of I had a feeling that was going to happen. I mean, we got the same collective tuning in here, and it's like the cards are just having a conversation with each other. So, all right. So now, you guys, we are going to get into some astro talk. It's time to talk astrology. We've talked about the cards, the card energy that's coming in from the past week. Now we're going to get into the astrology, which is where I really have to get into my notes.
Yeah. I've got a few
Yeah.
notes too, but Heather is kind of like, Heather is much more advanced than I am. So I'm excited. I'm always excited. You give the best updates. And I'm learning. So I'm still
I
learning.
try to get as detailed as possible. That's
Mhm.
but oh, before I get into that, I was going to say, kind of on that note of winter. Last night when I went to bed, there was no snow on the ground. It was pretty like warmish yesterday. It was like 50 degrees.
Mhm.
Wake up this morning, winter wonderland.
Okay, enchanted delights. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Exactly.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it was warm in like in Chicago, wasn't it? It was quite.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
warm here.
Yesterday.
It's warm here, but we're getting a cold snap this week. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We just had some snow. Yeah, just overnight. So it's been like really cold today. Of course, we're still hoping that the snow makes its way west somehow. Uh, Denver is
Yes.
still suffering.
Well, and that it's a big thing. It's definitely like Denver's known for snow
Yeah,
and
the
slopes.
snow impact is really bad. Like every time I'm on Instagram or TikTok, I always see Chris Bianchi, the weatherman, and he's like, "You guys, I wish I had better news for you." And it's never
It's
better
never
news.
good.
No.
Chris, you can't control it. It's
No.
okay.
I
You're
wish
just
you
the
could.
messenger.
Yeah. Which, the weather is kind of a good it's kind of a good transition into astrology because that's all astrology is. It is
Mhm.
the astrological weather.
Yes.
So when we make predictions with astrology and transits and things like that, it's kind of like by percentage. Like, let's say there's a weather prediction where somebody predicts, like, oh, there's a 20% chance of rain. That means 20% of the population that is seeing that weather report will probably get that rain, but 80% will not. So it
Mhm.
just kind of depends on where you are, and astrology is no different. So don't get mad at your meteorologists, and don't get mad at your astrologers.
Yeah, and it is such a tool when
Mhm.
utilized appropriately. And yeah, absolutely. I think don't get mad at your
No,
meteorologist or your astrologist because
no,
it's yeah,
we're doing the best we
astrologist,
can.
astrologer.
Yes. Astrologist is a Facebook term. It was invented by Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up, I got it in lineup of dates here. These are all the important dates, and actually, there's quite a bit happening between this week and next week. There's a lot. I was surprised when I started looking at things. I was like, oh my gosh, the astrology segment's going to be long. Okay. So January 17th, we have Venus ingressing Aquarius, and it's going to stay in the sign of Aquarius until February 10th. So, what exactly does this mean for us? What can expect in our own lives when Venus is sitting there in Aquarius? We can expect themes around freedom, especially freedom of expression, how we express ourselves. Experimentation is going to be up on deck, especially when it comes to relationships. So you may want to try new and different things in friendships, in relationships, within family dynamics, all that kind of stuff that maybe you weren't thinking of before. um, it's also a time of equality. So if things are unbalanced in relationships, friendships, it's going to be a time to really kind of work that out and try and make those things equal. There may be trigger points and things like that are brought up to kind of help equalize that and balance that out. Um, there's a lot of intellectual stimulation that comes with Venus and Aquarius. So you may not necessarily like thankfully it does get out of there before Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day will probably have a different kind of energy. But um but kind of like leading up until then, you may not necessarily feel super emotional around your relationships. Your partner may not even necessarily feel super emotional, but more intellectual, just
Yeah.
kind of like really internalizing everything from a mental perspective. Um, Not necessarily in the way of like an over analytical Virgo kind of way, but just kind of like really theorizing a lot of things.
Mhm.
Um, in terms of income, because Venus also rules over our money, our finances, not just love, of course, there could be a boost in income coming through innovation. So if you get creative, if you get innovative, if you're trying new things, once again, that theme of experimentation, there could be a chance of boosting any income that you may be making. So don't stay inside the box during this period of time. Venus wants to assist you to get out of that box. So don't just stick to the traditional what you always do kind of a thing, because that's not going to bring in more income. You really want to think outside the box during this season. um let's see, unconventional connections could wind up coming into your life.
Oh, Aquarius energy. Yeah.
Yes.
Very
So
much.
you may wind up like meeting people, connecting with people that you wouldn't normally think of, that you wouldn't normally um, hang out with or expect to come into your life. So there could be some unexpected connections. That could be romantically, it could be in friendships, it could be in a lot of different ways. And just overall, whether it's in relationships or in pulling in income or whatever it is, um, Venus in Aquarius is kind of it's a friendly energy. So it's not something that's like harsh or cold. It is
Mhm.
friendly, but it's very aloof.
It
So
feels
it's like,
lighthearted, like a lighthearted, more energy than like it's not super emotional. It's kind of
no,
detached a little bit.
it's very detached.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's an air sign, so
Yeah. Very much.
it's not detached where it's like Gemini being like like Gemini's crazy. Um,
Mhm.
but it's more aloof. It's like your head may be a little bit more spacey. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, what did you say? Huh? What? And we do have some Mercury stuff going on there, so which is going to be happening too. So that'll all play in together. But yes, that's Venus. That's just Venus in Aquarius. That's
Yeah. So like that one, like so what I think what I got from that is a lot of like um be open to social interactions, think outside the
Mhm.
box. That's kind of the
Yes,
thesis I got from that.
big time, big
Mhm.
time. Let's see. We also, of course, have the new moon coming up the day after that on the 18th, new moon in Capricorn. So basically, a lot of people don't know this, so this is a good time to kind of mention this right now. New moons are
Mhm.
the time where we set our intentions.
Mhm.
You do not, I mean, I guess you could. There's not going to be any harm if you do it, but that's not what you're supposed to do with full moons. Full moons is not the time to be setting intentions. Full moons are the time to be kind of like open and receptive and allowing things to manifest and crystallize
Mhm.
ultimately.
Yeah.
Because new moons, we have this new moon in Capricorn. We're setting intentions involving Capricorn. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at your birth chart. And
Mhm.
then, wherever Capricorn is sitting in your birth chart, that is the area of life that you want to set those manifestations in. So, for me, for example, I was looking at this just last night. I was like, well, let's see where this is happening. um, I have Capricorn in my second house and in my third house. So it kicks off my third house, but it's like only there for like a very short period of time and then it kicks into Aquarius. And
Right.
this is happening like practically right on the border of that Capricorn Aquarius turning there for me. So for me, I'm really going to kind of consider both of those houses, both my second and my third house. So in my case, this would mean setting intentions around money, income, finances, stability with that second house.
Right.
And then with the third house, it would be setting intentions around friendships, technology, just kind of like my community and that kind of thing. So those would be the kind of things that I would be setting intentions around. It wouldn't be a good time for me to set intentions like around contracts or committed relationships because it's not my seventh house. It's not a good time for me to set it around higher education or long distance travel because it's not my ninth house. So it's really important to see where Capricorn is
Mm.
sitting in your chart so you know where to
Mhm.
wield that energy to its strongest point. So,
Mhm.
where is it happening for you, Kelsey?
Um, so Capricorn rules my seventh and a little bit of my eighth house. So what
Okay.
does that mean for me? Like
Well,
relationships more so for
yes,
seven.
like I was just saying, it would not be a
I was
good idea
saying.
for me to set intentions in committed relationships. For you, it would be.
Mhm.
So yeah, committed relationships, anything that involves contracts, long-term commitments, whether that's personally or in business. So that would be one area. And as for the eighth house is they literally call it the house of sex and death. Not to say that you should set intentions around dying, no. But you can set it's one of those taboo houses. The eighth and the 12th house, those are typically very taboo. But with the eighth house, especially knowing your situation, it would be good for you to set intentions around passive income,
Yeah.
because passive income can come in through the eighth house. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's like money that you don't necessarily have to work for. It comes to you. It's like a gift.
Yeah, you set it up once and it kind of works for you, right?
Right.
While you can make money while you sleep. That's what people mean, right? Is
Exactly.
yeah,
That's
okay, I
why they
love
say it's
that.
like the eighth house is like inheritances. You don't have to
Yes.
work for an inheritance, it just comes to you. So, definitely passive income. It also could be good to set intentions around anything woo woo wise. If you want to
Mhm.
kind of like strengthen those gifts and talents, that would be a good place to kind of set intentions there too. But yeah, it just depends on the
Yeah.
area of life. So if you guys, I don't even know if anyone's in here watching right now. I don't think anyone is, but
People have been coming in and out,
yes,
usually one
people
or two at
coming
a
in and
time.
out. And not only that, but people may wind up watching this back later on. And whether you're watching now or you're watching at some point later on, if you're interested in learning more about how to find that, because I know there may be people who tune in, they're just like, but how do I find
Yeah.
Capricorn? Like, where is that? We can get into that in another episode. That can be another whole thing. Just let us know. Drop a comment, and we'll get to it.
Yeah. Even if you watch this after it's been aired or after like if you're not
Yes,
in the chat, if you watch this months,
that's
weeks from
fine.
now, comment because we'll
Yes,
definitely look.
yes. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
We're always open for feedback, and we're ultimately here for you guys.
Mhm.
So we want to know what it is that you guys want to learn, want to know, want to experience with us here on this journey. But yes, so it's going to be a good time to set those intentions. And as for when we can expect those intentions to manifest, look out for that June 29th, because June 29th of this year, I know it's like 6 months from now, you're probably not even thinking about it or anything like that. But June 29th of this year is when we have a full moon in Capricorn. And when those moons are full, that's when we see the manifestations actually materialize of the intentions that we set now with that new moon.
Yes. Yeah. Like briefly, why is that? Is it the flipping? Like is it because it's literally like opposite end? Like
Yeah,
what is yeah.
it's literally because, like, I mean, literally, the moon is dark in the
Yeah.
sky when it is new. You got to kind of look at it as like a woman giving birth, like
Yeah.
pregnancy in a sense, because when a woman first becomes pregnant, you can't see her baby bump. You don't see any of that. You don't know. She doesn't even know.
Yeah. That
But
new
then,
moon, right, is that fertile ground. And then
yes,
that
that
full moon. Yeah.
the full moon
Yeah.
is when her belly is big, she's ready to pop, she is ready to give birth. Same thing with our manifestations. That's when you can like actually see it.
Mhm.
And as we go through the moon phases to get there, you start seeing more and more and more. It's like a little sliver of a crescent at first, and then you see more and more and more, and then, oh my goodness, it's this whole big, beautiful moon.
Yeah, I find it so interesting that it's like 6 months from now. I think people kind of forget that, or maybe
Yes.
don't even know that, right?
They
That
don't.
it's
Most people don't. I mean, honestly, when I was first learning about astrology, I didn't know that. I just, would go on here onto YouTube or whatever and listen to witch talk or whatever on TikTok, and people are like, "Oh, it's a new moon, set an intention. It's a full moon, set an intention. It's always setting an intention every moon." I'm like, "No, that's not."
Yeah, and the moon is like that is something that I work with consistently, but the rest of astrology, I'm still working with the planets, right? But the moon is the most I feel like it's been something I've been able to work with quite easily. But a lot of people don't know that. Like
Yeah,
in my work too, that it takes that 6 months. But it makes
it
sense. That's
does.
kind of but it takes time to bring in your manifestations. It
Totally.
doesn't take a month.
Totally.
It doesn't take
No.
28 days, right?
No, well, and that's
Yeah.
the thing too. Like a lot of the times, people want that drive-through speedy delivery kind of thing. It's like when people pop in and they're just like, they want that confirmation bias that, oh, my person loves me and he's thinking about me. And if you guys are looking for that here, I'm sorry, we're probably not going to be your people.
Not our
Um,
style. Just there's lots of readers out there who do, but that's
right.
definitely not what we do.
And that's not to say that we won't tell you
Yeah,
if there's a genuine connection there, because if a genuine connection is there, it's there, and we're gonna tell you that, but we're not gonna tell you that just because you want to hear that. We're gonna tell you
exactly.
that because that's what the energy is actually saying.
And
um but yeah, a lot of people just want that, confirmation by a speedy, quick drive through kind of thing. It's not until you really dive more so into your awakening and your path and your spirituality where you're just like, oh, there's a lot more to this. There's a lot. It's a lot slower paced.
there's so much more to being a human too, right? There's just
Yes,
so yeah, like we've talked about it. There's a lot to know and it's just, takes time.
it does. It
Yeah.
totally takes time. And I'm sure this is something we're going to get to. I know we've talked a little bit about this, obviously not on the podcast yet, but feminine energy.
Yes,
Feminine
yeah.
energy is slow. It is slow moving. It is not fast moving. So, it's okay. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to do that. But yeah, enjoy every moon phase, and the fact that you are starting with the moon in terms of your own studies and everything, that's a good thing, because the moon does, go through all 12 signs like every single month, goes through all the different cycles. So that's actually a great way to kind of check that energy from day to day.
Yeah, I think it's simple enough and it's consistent so that I'm able to keep track, right? So, if
Totally.
yeah, and you gave me advice last week, it's track the moon, right? If it
Yeah,
what house it's moving
totally.
through, if you're going to do anything, right? So, but
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All right. So we got our new moon on. There's so much
I
going on,
know.
so much. I'm like, my little battery operated ring light is already like dying on me. Just on the astrology alone, it's like, oh really, we're gonna talk about astrology right now? At least next week when we get into this, I will be at home and I won't have a battery operated ring light, but I got a nice lamp on this side over here, so it's
You're
helping.
well lit. I see you.
Yes. Yes, that, and it's still light outside. We got the window there, we got the Christmas tree. I even put up my little sign because
I
I knew we
saw
were gonna be doing
that.
this. I was like, "Well, as long as we're here, why not?"
Well, why not, right?
Yes. Okay, so January 19th. So we got the 17th, the 18th. That's what I'm saying. Like every single day, there's something new going on. January 19th, the sun is ingressing into Aquarius. So, happy birthday to all the Aquarians out there. So, this is going to be your season coming up soon in just a few days. And that includes my mom. My mom is February 8th, and now my ring light has completely gone. So now I'm just relying on this lamp
Happy
over
birthday,
here.
mom.
Exactly. Charge
Yeah.
my ring light for me. So yes, obviously Sun and Aquarius coming up. So what does that mean? Okay, so the sun in astrology in general It is not a personality indicator. It doesn't tell you, like, oh, that's your personality. It's an energy indicator. It tells you the kind of energy that you came into this world with, your energy levels, basically. So, in terms of our energy levels as a collective, when the sun moves into Aquarius, that means that we are going to be feeling the energy of innovation, feeling the
Mhm.
energy of originality. You may want to step out and be a little funky, be a little different, and that's okay. It's like everybody else, you might go to work one day and it's like everybody else is eating peanut butter and jelly, and you're like, I want tuna.
Yeah.
I'm going to have tuna. You guys can all sit here and enjoy your peanut butter and jellies. I'm having tuna.
So it can be the small things or it can be the big
Yeah.
things.
It can be
Yeah.
small things, big things, everything in between things, but definitely originality. During this season, we may have cravings for new knowledge. You may find
Mm.
yourself going down rabbit holes of new knowledge all the time. So yeah, just like exploring different topics, maybe having conversations with Chat GPT.
Well, and new
I do that all the
topics in
time.
here, right? Like
Yeah.
that woman that saw that study, right? Of maybe that thirst for knowledge. Yeah, my moon's in Aquarius. So
So
um
you really kind of crave it. Like you're kind of
mm,
emotionally attached to knowledge.
yes. Could say that.
Yes. You're like,
Yes.
yes. I want my brain to be big with all the
Mega
information.
mind.
Exactly. I love that. Well, that means then, yeah, that's going to be probably amplified, especially for you, because it's like the energy with the emotions. It's gonna be like, yes, give
I
me all
have
the
been
information.
feeling I've been feeling like I want to learn more this week. Like I have all these books on my shelf and I'm like, I want to pull one out and start, right? But I'm so busy. But I'm like, you know what? It's always that Aquarian energy, right?
One
It's
step at a time. We're not even in Aquarius season yet. This is just something that's coming up. So maybe when the sun officially moves into Aquarius, you'll carve out a little bit of that time.
I think next week will be better. This week's a little busy, but that's okay. We love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. We also have community-based efforts. So obviously Aquarius is all about power of the people. So you may wind up feeling a little bit more energized and inspired to connect within your community, help within your community. Obviously, especially with people like me down here in the States, we need our community. We need our people. Check in on your neighbors,
Yeah.
be there
Sending you
for
love from
people.
Canada.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I'm just like, this is going to be that kind of time. It's just like, just check in on people, be there for people. There may
Mhm.
be a lot of that kind of energy going on, which is a good thing. We should have been doing that before we got into this mess, anyways. So, yeah. Let's see. You're also probably during Aquarius season, you're going to want to release old and outdated like mindsets and situations. So you may feel prompted to just kind of like release stuff that's outdated, whether it is quite literally with technology and like updating your phone. If you haven't
Ooh.
updated your phone, it could be something like that. Or it could be like examining a relationship or a friendship or something, being like, I don't feel like this is really serving me anymore. So maybe it's time to either upgrade this connection or upgrade myself out of the connection.
And sometimes we need to do that, right? And what a
Mhm.
good opportunity.
Exactly.
Do a
It
clear out.
Yeah,
Good
and
way.
it could be mindsets too. We always have stinking thinking that could be corrected and that kind of thing. So, and of course, to kind of follow up with that technology could just kind of be a big thing during Aquarius season in general. So, like I said, you may check your devices or want to upgrade in a device or something like that. And then finally, we have the 20th. So that's what I'm saying, like every day, 17, 18, 19, 20.
You
All
are
right.
thorough.
So, yes, January 20th, we will have Mercury ingressing into Aquarius. So, I mean, majority of these energies coming up is Aquarius, with the exception of the Capricorn new moon. But
Mhm.
everything else is really going to be gearing up for the season of Aquarius. Um, oh, I think someone said you look like Selena.
Oh.
Selena Gomez. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, I think she's adorable.
Yeah.
So that's so kind.
Women '05. I don't know if women '05 is still here, but I just noticed that I'm like, oh, she looks like Selena. Um, I'm like, I don't look like Selena, so it must be you.
We are different kinds of beauty.
Yes. Oh, that's so funny. Selena's awesome though.
I do love
But
Selena.
yes.
Yeah.
So Mercury will ingress into Aquarius. And once again, with all this Aquarian energy, communication will probably be amplified around technology. So it may be easier to communicate, whether it's like via
Mhm.
text or via social media or any of those kinds of things. So just that kind of communication style may be amplified at that time. um, Mercury obviously rules our ideas. So you may find yourself having like just new sparks of ideas. Just new things may pop in your head and be just like, oh, I want to try this. I want to do this. Like that's a good idea. This is a good idea. All that kind of stuff. So new
Mm.
ideas may be sparked within your mind. Once again, we already kind of touched on this, especially with your moon, the craving for researching and knowledge.
Yes. Yep.
So, yes,
I'm feeling it.
you may quite literally want to, like, I don't know, kick it old school, buy an encyclopedia or something. I don't know.
My
Um,
mom has many at her house in Edmonton. I could go home and study anytime I
there
want.
you go. Just dive right
Yeah.
in. Let's see. Critical thinking, progressive thinking, liberal thinking, those kinds of ideals will definitely be magnified as well. So it's not really going to be a time for kind of being conservative. Not that we're getting political here; it's hard not to in this day and age. But that is kind of what Aquarius is about. Aquarius is not a conservative kind of sign. Capricorn is more like, your staunch conservative kind of sign.
They're definitely different energies, right?
Yes,
And
very
yeah,
different
totally.
energies. And
Aquarius
one
is
follows,
collective.
yeah,
Yeah.
one follows right after the other. So, um, but definitely though, uh, yeah, there's going to be kind of like this theme around progressive, um, very critical, analytical kind of thinking with this kind of Mercury and Aquarius energy. So, just kind of overall, once again, being intellectual will probably be prioritized over being emotional, even in terms of how you communicate with people. So, that's what I got
Mm.
for the astrology, which is a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
will take my
Heather.
bow now. So,
Yeah, that's a lot, but there's
it
always so
is.
much going on, and there you could go on and
I
on,
know. There
right?
could be I know. I could examine like all the ways something is like squared or conjunct or whatever it is, but these are just like the normal big transits.
Hmm.
And that's just for this coming week. We'll see how it is next week. Maybe it won't be as much going on, but we're living in the 2020s, and the 2020s is a lot.
Oh yes, it has been an adventure. That's for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But any thoughts you would like to share on astrology? I know you said you had a few notes yourself, so.
Yeah, no, it's just I find it's interesting. I always find it interesting shifting from between signs, right? Moving the
Mhm.
sun moving into a different sign. I really do feel that the Aquarius I didn't know this until I knew my sun, moon, and rising, right? Which we're gonna talk about. But
Yes, we'll get there.
yes, in a minute here. But like it's so interesting. I always during Aquarius season, I just felt this like okay, like I need to know more. Like I always like it's been a pattern in my life. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about thinking outside the box. I think that's going to be excellent. I'm also excited about just kind of having like a new outlook on socializing and relating to people in a different way.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice fresh energy, and I'm really excited for this new moon. I think it's going to be quite powerful. It's kind of like this definitive moment to set long term goals and embrace kind of this a new energy for the year.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And
Mhm.
it's our first new moon of the new year, so
It is a big one.
for sure we're ushering it in. So, whew, yeah, that's a lot of astrological information. Um, let's see.
Are we doing our cosmic check in now?
Yeah, we should do our cosmic
Yeah.
check-in. I think there's like one person watching,
One
but even
person.
yes, it doesn't matter. All we need is one hair. But either way, even if you're not watching live, and let's say you come across this and you're watching it later on, drop it in the comments, leave it in the chat. We are curious to know from you guys, what is your sun, moon, and rising? One of the most basic pieces of astrology. If you're not sure, of course, there's so many different like birth chart generators out there where you can look up your birthplace, birth time, birth date, all that kind of stuff, and they'll tell you exactly what your sun, moon, rising is. What's yours, Kelsey?
Absolutely. So my sun is in Leo. My moon is in Aquarius, as we've talked about,
Yes, quite
and
a bit.
yeah, and my rising is Cancer.
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
There
And
we go.
yours?
I am a Libra sun, Libra moon, so double Libra there, and Scorpio rising.
Wow, wow.
There we go.
Lots of Libra energy in your
Yes, lots
chart.
of Libra energy in general. I mean, even
Yeah.
beyond the big three, but yeah, lots
Mhm.
lots happening in there. Very Libra happy.
What do you feel like you relate to the most? Which of the big three is like? Do you feel like
Definite
encompasses you?
Definitely the Libra side. I feel like I struggle with the Scorpio side just because Scorpio does have this reputation for being dark, I guess you could say. It's like it's dark, it's deep, it can be
Transformational. It's
it is
transformation. Mhm.
transformational. I've had a lot of that put upon me in my life, whether I like it or not, which is definitely a Scorpio rising thing.
Mm.
Scorpio risings kind of have to go through the ringer whether we ask for it or not. It just happens. There is a lot of transformative energy, but I don't necessarily relate to like I guess maybe the more negative qualities of Scorpio, which can be like possessiveness and like vengeance and jealousy and all those kinds of things. Like the darker sides of Scorpio, I don't necessarily like, that just doesn't resonate for me.
Mhm.
But Libra, because it is light, it is airy. It definitely loves aesthetic. It has a certain aesthetic. I definitely have a certain aesthetic, and like things a certain way. Like, for example, right next to me, I have my little pink Christmas tree. This
Beautiful.
pink Christmas tree screams Libra. It does not scream Scorpio.
No, it's very Libra.
It
Yeah.
is. But
Mhm.
this is what I'm saying. Like, this is more me than anything else. So, and I definitely kind of from like the stereotypical Libra kind of things. Um, I can definitely resonate with the shopaholic kind of thing. Not exactly the best trait to have, but if I'm being honest, I can resonate with that. I can also resonate with the fact that I do want things to be fair. I think
Yeah.
that's very much kind of like a Libra thing. Like, we want things to be fair and just for everybody. And I very much so feel that way, like for myself, for people I care about, even a stranger on the street. I'm like, I just want things to be fair for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister is a Libra sun and a Libra rising, and she's very much the same. She wants that like sense of fairness, right? And it's really
Yeah.
really hard on her when things aren't fair. So yeah, I do think you give Libra vibes, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I love my Libra vibes. And it's funny. I don't remember who the comedian is, but there was a comedian. I saw a YouTube video like years and years and years ago, and this guy, he was doing like impressions of all the different zodiacs, and when he got to Libra, I can't tell you how many times throughout the video he was like, "It's not fair! It's not fair!" And I was like, "Yeah,
It's very
yeah."
Libra coded. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got a comment down here. Kim, let's see, Kim Han-
Hanada.
Hanada. I'm like, am I reading that right?
Hi,
Hanada.
Kim.
Hello, hello. Waving
Are you
hello to
still
you
here,
as
Kim?
well. Welcome, welcome.
Give us a
Um, if
yeehaw.
you know your sun, moon, rising, feel free to drop it in the chat. We were just talking about our sun,
Mm,
moon, and risings, and we're hanging out here, having fun with our podcast. Our
mm.
first maiden voyage episode,
Maiden
and we will be
voyage.
back every
Yes.
week.
Every Wednesday.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Sun Moon Rising, that is like definitely the big three is kind of where I started with astrology. I think that's where a lot of people
Yeah,
do,
that is.
right?
It's pretty normal for a
Hmm.
lot of people, for sure. So, now I think you guys we're going to get into our spiritual topic of discussion today, which
All
is
right.
all about awakening. That's like, and that's such like a loaded topic.
Yeah. And so many people can relate to it though. That's what I
Hmm.
think is so beautiful about the topic. It's very
Right.
broad.
It
Yeah.
is. It is very broad. I feel like it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Um, what exactly does it mean? What exactly does it mean to you? Like, what is awakening to you?
So it's almost like more of an awareness of something way greater than me. It's like I feel so small but so big at the same time. Like I can't explain it. It's almost like my instincts and my awareness sharpen. Things I start to notice patterns. I start to notice and always what happens is my intuition deepens. That's what happens when I go through awakening it, and sometimes it's incredibly painful to go through an
Yeah.
awakening, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it goes in cycles. So I feel like every, one of my biggest lessons from my last awakening that I'm still going through is every action has the consequences, and every person comes into your life. Oh, we have a comment. Oh, wow, she's a triple Libra.
Oh,
And
wow.
I lost my baby sister, triple Libra. So, wow, that Libra energy. I'm so sorry for your
Yeah.
loss.
Scorpio with Cancer rising and Cancer moon. That's a
Wow.
lot of emotions there. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh,
Thank you for sharing.
we're so sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
That's definitely not easy.
and it's the connection we have just us here is, that Libra energy. Heather, you carry such Libra energy. My sister carries Libra energy, and so Kim, you were meant to be here. That this little
Yeah, and
connection
she's
here.
your baby sister that you
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, so thank you for
Oh,
sharing that. But yeah, a lot of emotions, Scorpio, and I'm a Cancer rising too. And I don't know
it's a
about you,
lot of
Kim.
water energy.
I'm emotional. I'm very theatrical when I talk too, right? So it's just
That's okay. Then
yeah.
we're in the perfect place here for you to be on YouTube talking to people.
Oh, she would have just loved you. Oh, that is so sweet.
Oh,
Well, stick around, Kim, and you're welcome to come back every week. It's
yeah, we're gonna be here every week. We're just doing a little portion right now where we're gonna talk a little bit about awakening.
yeah,
And feel free to chime in on any of your thoughts on awakening as well. And then after that, we're actually going to do some free card polls for anyone
yes.
who pops in. So if you would like one, stick around. That's going to be coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah. Do you want to start with the awakenings, or do you want me to start? What do you think?
Ah, well, I mean, I feel like we kind of already started it, just kind of talking
Yeah.
about like, what it means to us. Um, I agree. It's definitely an awareness.
Hmm.
Awareness first and foremost. Quite literally, the word is awakening. It is like you're no longer asleep; you are awake.
Hmm.
But it's awake on like a spiritual level, on a particular kind of consciousness that you didn't necessarily realize before. And I do feel like everyone's awakening story looks a little bit different. And I do feel like awakening is they never stop. Maybe this is the Scorpio rising within me with the transformation constantly, but awakenings for me, it's like an onion. You know,
Yeah.
you peel back a layer and it's like, oh, that's one level of awakening. But then you peel back another layer and it's like you just keep peeling back layers. There's one after another. It never stops. It's a never-ending awakening show.
Oh, yeah, I totally resonate with that. Like you said, layers, like I almost envision my kind of awakening as a staircase, a spiral staircase. Like
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
it's almost like you move around in circles, but you're hopefully always going up, right? And so you might recognize things from another cycle, or you might understand, okay, this lesson has been here before, or that you might get deja vu,
Right.
but you're always kind of leveling up. Hopefully, that's the
Yeah.
goal, right?
That is the hope. Obviously,
Yeah.
yes.
So that's how but like very similar to you, layers. There's
Hmm.
levels. And you
For
might
sure.
recognize, you might think you're done, and then no, you got to dig more, right? There's more
Yeah, you
layers,
may
right?
spend some time looping that same stair area like a few times before you get to that next level.
1000%.
Not easy, but that's also why we have communities like being here for tarot tales, because awakening is not easy. And the more levels you go up, like the more challenging it is. And I know a lot of spiritual people will be just like, oh, I need my solitude, I need to be on my own. And yes, I don't deny that there is like a time and a place for healing and taking care of yourself alone and by yourself. But you also need to do that within community. You also
Mhm.
need to do that in relationships. We get wounded in relationships, we find healing in relationships. It goes both ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. There is, times of ebb and flow, times to hibernate, times to be out and flourishing, right? So
Mhm.
it's human. We need all that energy in like different capacities. So absolutely, and we're going to talk about our awakening stories. And
Yes.
did you want to
Yes, for
start?
sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll take the floor and start.
Okay.
So my awakening story, it's funny because especially with kind of like the atmosphere, I feel like especially it's happening down here in the States. Um, a lot of people grew up in the church and that kind of thing. Oh, wait, we have a comment here from Kim. Will you share with us how you finally recognized that you are awakening? Oh, okay. Telling us would be in
How
ingred.
can,
Am I reading that word wrong?
gratitude. How can telling how
Gratitude. Um,
ingratitude? Perhaps. Yeah.
yeah, no, we can definitely share how we recognize it. In some ways, you don't necessarily recognize it almost until like after.
Afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily always recognize it in the moment when it's happening. I'll give you an example, like with my own story, like with what I was just saying. And this
Yeah.
is like the initial awakening. I'm not going to talk about all the layers of peeling
Oh,
that happened after that.
we could
Otherwise,
be here
we
for
will,
weeks.
yeah, we'll be here all night. Like we'll be here until next week, basically. Um, so I'm just going to talk about the initial awakening and kind of like how I realized it for me personally. And again, I feel like that may be different for every person. So maybe the way I came to realize it could look a little bit different than how it was for Kelsey, for example.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so as I was saying, like down here in the States, especially, we've, we've had some kind of craziness, especially dealing with like church world and religion and Christianity and that kind of thing. And when I was little growing up, my parents, we did go to church, we did all those things. And I would ask my mom, I would be like, why do we go to church? And my mom's answer would be, oh, so we can go to heaven one day. So in
Mm.
my mind, I saw church as like, oh, this is like an action, like a service, like a duty you kind of do so you can go to heaven. I didn't equate that there was anything like spiritual going on or any kind of like relationship with something bigger than myself or anything like that. So that's kind of how I looked at it for the longest amount of time growing up. Um, And then 9/11 happened.
Yes.
So when 9/11 happened, um, I I'm not from New York. I don't know anyone in New York. I have no connections out there whatsoever. But for whatever reason, I mean, I was still a young person, had my whole life ahead of me. And I started freaking out. Like I had a total like mental breakdown, emotional psychosis moment where I was just like freaking out. I mean, it's scary. You got buildings that are coming down, airplanes flying into them and everything. I was terrified. And at the time, I was still living here in Chicago. Born and raised here in Chicago, and we have tall buildings downtown in the city just like they do in New York. And I was having like these nightmares of like, oh, what if I'm like in the city? What if I'm not even in one of those buildings, and like I'm walking past one of those buildings and an airplane flies in it, and then I die because there's like debris from a building coming down on me or something like that. Like those were the things I was thinking. I was so freaked out. That's all that there was on the TV. It was terrifying. It was terror. That's the best way I can describe
Was.
awakening in the beginning is it's terror. It's terrorizing. So, I was grappling with all of that. It wasn't necessarily for me personally, but just all of that heaviness from the collective. And
Mhm.
already being an intuitive person, but not being tapped into that yet, not understanding what that is yet, it was
Mhm.
impacting me. So, the day after 9/11, I'm sitting in like this big lazy boy chair in the living room in the house I grew up in. And I just broke down. I started bawling my eyes out. Now, in Christian circles, in Christianity, you could call this the equivalent of, I guess you could say, getting saved. This
Mhm.
was my moment where I felt in that period of time where I got saved because I said the most heartfelt prayer in my entire life I could ever think of, sitting in that chair where I was just like, God, I need you. Like I never really prayed to God like that before. The only other time I really prayed to him like that was when my dad was dying.
Yes.
And even at that point, I wasn't necessarily ready for that level at that point in time. That was more so about my dad. That wasn't about like me, though, and my journey. So I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out in that chair, just saying, God, I need you. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. Just like, just word vomiting all of my emotions and everything, just completely by myself in my childhood home. And after
Mhm.
I finished that prayer, it was like moments later, I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, all of this, all the burdens, all the stress that was on me, it was like, it just lifted right on up off. And I felt like this lightness, all
Mhm.
of this just like light and energy that I had never felt before. And I kid you not, I know I sound like a crazy person, but it doesn't matter. That's what we're here to
Not
talk
here.
about
Not
these
here.
matters. It literally felt like Jesus himself
Yeah.
was in there in the living room with me and just gave me like the biggest hug. The biggest, like I could feel the energetic hug from
Mhm.
Jesus himself in that moment. And I knew I was connected. And I didn't know what I had walked into just yet, but I knew. And that's when, at that point, I was like, this is why we don't go to church to go to heaven.
Yeah.
We go to church for this connection.
Yeah.
It is not about religion. It is not about rules. It is not about regulation. You don't have to be in a building to have that.
No.
It is that connection. It is that relationship. It is Christ consciousness. It is Jesus, source, spirit, God, whatever label you want to put on it. That's what it is. That's what I discovered that day. And it completely changed my life. And nothing was ever the same since then.
That was kind of the big awakening that
That was the
put you
the
on a
big,
path.
the
Yeah.
big of the big that opened the doors for all those other layers. So, in terms of how that feels, going back to your question, Kim, For me, it started with terror. Not that I want that for you or anybody else,
Mm.
obviously, but there usually is some kind of hardship or
Yeah.
challenge that initiates it.
Mhm.
At least from what I've discovered, not only for myself, but even stories I've heard from other people, it usually starts with some kind of hardship, challenge, difficulty, however you want to label that. And there's a moment where it flips. And it doesn't
Yes.
necessarily flip because you do anything specifically yourself, other than have this moment of true transparency within yourself, true vulnerability, true transparency there. And then it flips, and then it's like, oh, there's relief. And then there's those aha moments and epiphanies and realizations. And then it just like clicks and it makes sense. And then you go through that about like 800 million more times in many more different ways.
Mhm. But
But
the key
that's
is you walk away stronger, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's how it usually happens for me.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, thank you. That was
yeah.
beautiful. And like we've talked about your awakening before, you and and I
Mhm.
remember the next day, I read that book about the Akashic Records and how the author, Linda Howe, one of her big events was also 9/11 that
Right.
connected her. So
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
this is definitely
I
a
feel it was for
massive
a lot of
awakening.
people.
Yeah.
Kim asks
Question. Yeah.
here, how did it change you? I can safely say I am 100% not the same person sitting here today that I was. How long ago was that? 20. It'll be 25 years this year. That'll be 25 years ago that happened. I am not the same person
No.
25 years later than I am now. Um I mean, honestly, if I could go back in time to that girl that I knew back then, I would be the one to give her a hug because she would beat herself up for the smallest things, be so self-critical, be paying attention to what everybody else thought of her. Just so many ways that I was still broken back then. I would go back and I would give that girl a big hug and give her kindness and compassion and empathy that she did not have, not from other people, and definitely not from herself because she hadn't learned those skills at that point in time. And I would like to think that over the past 25 years, I have given myself more grace, more understanding, more compassion, more empathy, and therefore I've been able to express those same gifts towards other people more.
Mhm.
And I'm also able to step up into my own confidence and just really embrace who I am. Um, and again, that all takes time. I mean, we're talking about something that happened 25 years ago. It definitely isn't something that happens overnight. And there were a lot of other awakenings along the way that assisted with that as well.
Mhm.
Um, but I can definitely say that it's changed me for the better. 100%. I would not want to go back and be the same person that I was then that I am now.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Yeah, that's beautiful. And thank you. Like I remember where I was 7 when that happened, right? When
yeah,
and it
let's
was
hear about your story. I would love to hear it.
so I always like knew I was intuitive. I think, like we said, there's been many awakenings throughout my life. I've had many kind of times where I've been really, really attached to my spiritual self, my higher self, and then other times where it's a little darker. And I've been integrating. But I always knew I was intuitive, strong inner world, big imagination. I could sense things, I could feel things. If someone got hurt on TV, I was crying. If any, like, if someone was even emotionally hurt at school, if a teacher got upset, I was crying. And so I could feel
Don't even get me
everything.
started if it's an animal.
Yes, yes. Absolutely, right? And so while like I grew up and I went to Catholic schools, and while my path looks very different now, I took a lot of those teachings. And, I don't follow a religion now, but I do love the teachings of Jesus Christ just as much as as you have connected with Jesus, right? And my connection to Jesus and spirituality was really like, it was real. I remember having conversations with Jesus as a little girl, praying in my head. And I would tell my parents, and I had an altar for Jesus and Mary.
I
And like,
love that. I
I
love
was very
that.
connected, but that shifted. So as a young child, I kind of, I think a lot of people teased me for it. I kind of realized it wasn't normal. So I followed the path that made sense along the way. I kind of stifled my emotions, stifled my intuition. So I did school, I earned 2 degrees, spent 7 years working in education. Teaching was meaningful. I learned a lot. I felt I learned a lot of skills. I worked as a teacher. Oh, wow. Kim did too. Okay,
It's a very
amazing.
Aquarius moon of you.
Yes. So I do love the knowledge. I think there are pieces of teaching I will take with me.
Yeah.
However, I had problems giving too much emotionally, mentally, energetically, and I didn't understand boundaries or protection at all.
Mhm.
So I was
Yeah.
interacting with hundreds of kids a day without protecting myself. And I was always told I was gifted. I had an energy about me, and I'd had a few readings throughout the years that people told me, "You're one of us. You're a psychic. You're intuitive," and I was like,
You're like,
"Whatever." Like,
"What?"
nah. Like, but it makes sense. I just wasn't ready to listen. I just
Yeah.
wasn't ready to listen. So
Yeah.
eventually, teaching, I burned out. I burned out in a way that just wasn't physical. It was soul level. When 2020 hit, this was my big awakening.
The
This
big
is
of the
when
big.
the big of the big. So I've had many. There's been layers, but two massive things. We had our lockdown, which forced me and the rest of the world to slow down, really look at my life and be alone with myself. And my dad was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So Parkinson's is a degenerative disease, and he is losing function as he goes along, and very rapidly.
Yeah.
And watching his health decline cracked something open in me. So, like we talked about awakenings, it often begins with hurt, terror, fear, right? I was so scared for my father. And that grief, seeing him change, seeing him decline was overwhelming. Um, and I went into what I now kind of recognize as a dark night of the soul.
Being a
So,
sponge, yeah.
yeah, you're a
Yeah.
sponge.
Being a
Yeah,
sponge.
I am a sponge. So now, not so much. I wring out the sponge. So,
Yes,
um,
I'm very proud of you for that Facebook post
thank
the
you.
other day.
Boundaries. Yeah.
Not that go ahead and let them know what you
Yeah.
did on Facebook.
So I did let my friends and family know that I am no longer giving free readings anymore. And, I think as an intuitive person, I've been doing this for many years, and I did it for free for a long time. And I think that setting that boundary of like energetically allowing people access to me without, an exchange, right? I think that's what's important.
Yeah.
Even taking someone to supper or bringing them something, or we could swap readings and that's fine,
Right,
right?
exactly.
But that
Exactly.
exchange of energy, because like you said, Kim, I was like a sponge, absorbing people's energy and not understanding what it meant. So this grief, I was going through it. I remember I spent an entire week crying. Crying. I was teaching, I would go and I would run to my classroom and then cry all of lunch, grieving my dad, worrying. And my coworker was like,
Oh,
"You got
yeah.
this, girlfriend," like drying my
Oh,
tears. And she was like my mom's age.
she's
So she was
trying.
hyping me up. She's like, "It's okay. I
Right.
love you. You can
Yeah.
do this." And then I would go and do my job.
Oh.
And and then there was one Saturday morning, I woke up and it was like the clouds had lifted. It was just like you said, that flip.
Mhm.
Oh, so there was a flip. And so that Saturday when I woke up, oh, I just got chills down my left arm. So that day I went on a long walk across the city. I put on my headphones, and I just went for a walk. It was a beautiful spring day, and the experience was absolutely surreal. Surreal. It was like I was on a
Ooh.
movie set. So people were stopping me, talking to me, high-fiving me. Total strangers saying that I felt like saying things like, "You're an awesome person. Have a nice day." Like,
Oh, I
and
love
it
that.
was really, I was like, "Okay." Like, energy's good. So I didn't feel like I felt clear and present. Um,
Yeah.
then I ended up at the Russian tea room, decided to get a, which is a, um, like a kind of like a cafe where people can come in and get readings and eat. And I ended up there and decided to get a mediumship reading. And something had led me there. And I wasn't planning on going there, and I didn't have the funds for a mediumship reading.
Right. Those can
Whatever,
get
visa,
expensive too.
get the
Yeah.
visa out, right? So so this reading changed everything. I'd had readings before, but this reading hit home.
Right.
My grandfather came through immediately, and
Oh,
yes, and he gave really affirming, confirming messages. And then a close mentor and friend of my mom's came through, and the messages were specific, emotional, undeniably true, right?
right. Yeah.
Um, and when the medium said, she said something like, she said, you Kelsey, you're one of us. And I was like, I know. And she's like,
You're
what?
right. I am.
And she was like, why haven't you done anything about it? And I was like, what do I do? And she was like,
Yeah.
but I had gotten a tarot deck that year, and I had been starting, and I had been meditating. So I had been prepping for this moment.
Well, I was going
Um,
to ask you, what do you feel caused that switch for you? Like, was there a moment of like honesty within yourself, or like
I
what
think
kind of helped?
acceptance. I
Yeah.
think acceptance of the circumstances that my dad is, he has Parkinson's, and
Yeah.
we have to find a way forward. I think
Hmm.
that's what it was. It was ultimately an acceptance of my presence, my present moment.
Right. Yeah.
And that's, and I think that's what, like, it just, like you said, you don't know till after a lot of times.
No,
And
you
I'm
don't.
still figuring it out. Like, I'm still like, what was that? So I'd had versions of that reading in my entire life, but this one landed. And she also, this is the coolest thing, she told me on my, like, right at the end, she was like, and Kelsey, you need to forgive your boyfriends." And I was like, okay, you know what, that's good advice. Good advice in general, to forgive people,
Right.
right?
Oh
and
yeah, totally.
and I laughed it off. I kind of went, yeah, okay, will do.
Yeah.
And then on my walk home, I crossed paths with three of my exes, back to back. Two drove past me, one was jogging behind me. That's a whole other story.
Yeah,
So
the universe loves to be funny like that.
yeah, it was like, I was like, holy moly, like, and so it just really, so she had told me forgive them, and then three of them crossed my path. And I
Oh
was
my
like, okay,
gosh.
I forgive you. I forgive you. And of course I, like, tears streaming down my
Right.
face. And
Yes.
so that
Yes.
was my most, like, I'd say not my most recent awakening, but
The big
the big
big
one.
one.
And I haven't
Yeah.
actually gone back to sleep since. Like, I've been,
No,
I did.
once you're awake, like that's it. Like I mean, you'll definitely have some unraveling of things, but those are usually kind of like I want to say it's more like unhealthy mindsets, things like that you kind of have to let go. Or it could be like maybe a toxic friendship or relationship, something that's hindering
Yeah, you
you,
have like
holding you back kind of a
checkpoints.
thing.
It's like a
Yeah.
checkpoint sometimes you're awake, or like a download. Like me setting that boundary the other night was like a download. It was an
Yeah.
aversion of, and I felt my energy come back to me as soon as I posted it and said, "Hey, this is a boundary, a respectful boundary."
Right.
And
Yeah.
but now, like, over the last, like, 5 years, I've transitioned out of education, doing this work with you, and
Yeah.
learned about grounding and protection, discernment, and responsibility that comes with this work. And it's, intuition isn't about being special. We all have intuition, but
Yeah, we all have it.
it's about being of service with what you have. Yeah.
Totally. That's one thing that I love about intuition is it is a muscle. It is a
Yeah.
spiritual muscle. So it's just like every single one of us, we all have stomach muscles, but everyone's stomach looks different. Some people have like big flabby guts, you got dad bods out there and stuff. And then you have other people who are at the gym like every day and they got like these rock hard abs, six packs. So everyone has stomachs, but it's just like, do you work your stomach out or not? Intuition is no different. We all have it, but some of us have six-pack intuitions and some of us have dad bod intuitions. So,
Yeah, it is a muscle, 1000%. And it is a muscle that I've worked on the past 5 years consistently. So, no, I'm really, how did I know I was going through an awakening? Well, I didn't really know until
until
afterwards.
after, yeah.
And then, of course, I had this deepening of intuition and deepening of, and it wasn't easy.
No,
Even,
it's
even
never
after,
easy.
even after like that flip of like, oh, like this is what's going on, it's
Mhm.
divine. It was very hard because you have to go back to real life.
Yeah.
You have to figure a way forward once you know all this information. And it's like, what do I do? Like,
And the stuff that
yeah.
doesn't mesh with that, the stuff that doesn't
Yes.
fit with that, that's where more awakenings are gonna come, because then those things are gonna get shed. Those things are getting left behind. It's like,
That's
nope.
the onion, the staircase, like,
Mhm.
yeah. So no, I'm really excited like about this work, and it's just such a more beautiful way to live, having something to live, to enjoy
Oh,
like this. Yeah.
totally. 1000%.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and it's funny with the whole, like, you don't realize it until after kind of thing, and I feel like this may kinda take things to a different episode on a different day, but it kinda reminds me of, like, feminine energy in a sense, because feminine energy is very intuitive,
Mhm.
and really, you kinda, like, follow the motions of your body first, and it's like your brain catches up after the fact. And I I mean, obviously, my most recent situation that happened with that, which is not something I'm talking about on the podcast anytime in the near
No pressure.
future. Yeah, no, that's a much more distant topic, but just in terms of the overall essence of that, it's just like your body experiences the energy and what's happening first, but your brain usually doesn't grasp onto it. Like the logic, the common sense of things, it doesn't click until after the fact. And then your brain is like, oh, that's what that was. And that
Yes.
applies in feminine energy, but it applies in awakening too. So,
Oh, yeah, sometimes I'll be like, that person came into my life. Like it just like all clicks sometimes for me. And
mhm,
I'll have a moment of realization. And those are like the downloads, the awakenings. But that's what makes life so interesting is that further awakening, right? And that
yes.
further moving towards the path that you're meant to lead, right?
And it's easy to wanna, like, overthink and overanalyze it, especially depending on kind of, like, what transits you have and natal placements, like, for example, I have, like, a Virgo Venus, so I may kind of, like, overthink and overanalyze when it comes to love, and I do because I'll take, like, a simple text like, "Hi," and I'll be like, "What kind of tone is this hi? What does this hi mean? That is like, it's just a hi." You know? But it's just like,
You want to know
um
what their emotion is behind it. You want to know what
exactly.
they
It's that
mean.
whole
Yeah.
overthinking, overanalyzing, but we all do it on some level just because as humans, that's what we do. And, awakening doesn't ask us to do that. Intuition doesn't ask us to do that. It's more about feeling what your body is feeling, being in tune with that, which I know you talk about that quite a bit in your reading is like, what is your body telling you basically?
Yeah, 1000%. It's a journey, and we all have different relationships with like our bodies and our intuition. And that's the reason why my readings connect with that is because that's where my intuition comes in a lot of the time is my body. Like I'll feel a whoosh or a heat but that's another topic. We can talk about that at like
Yes,
some other
I know. I'm
time.
like, I feel like we're gonna start jumping into other
Yeah.
topics, but we're gonna have many more. This is just episode one. There's so many more
Yes.
yet to come,
There's so much
and
to talk about.
obviously, if there are topics that you guys are interested in specifically, please do not hesitate to drop what those subjects are in the chat or in the comments. Even if you don't think of anything right now, but maybe a few days from now, you're like, oh, I'm really interested to know more about this. Come back to this video, leave that comment. We are here ultimately not just to shoot the breeze between us, but we want to connect with you guys and we want to help you guys. So if there are particular things you want to know about. It could be astrology, it could be awakening, it could be twin flames, it could be manifestation, it could be a whole bunch of different things. Let us know what you guys want us to discuss, because this is an open conversation. It's not just the two of us. We're talking to you guys too.
1000%. So if you have anything, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear,
Yeah, future
because
episodes, we're always planning.
we're always thinking.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I believe now is the fun part where we're going to leave it open ultimately for you guys. If you guys have a question, you want like a little free reading, that's what we're opening up the floor for right now. So drop your questions. Kelsey's got her cards, I've got my cards, and we will both do the best to assist you and whatever guidance, whatever insight you need when it comes to any questions you have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll leave a few minutes here just to see if anyone wants to drop something. I'm gonna have a little sip of my coffee
Yeah.
while we
Good
wait.
idea.
The little Christmas mug
Very cute.
at my mom's. What are you drinking? Like,
This
it
is
looks.
cookies and cream Alani protein shake.
Oh, I'm like, it looks almost kind of like there's like almost like a purple
Yeah, I think it's
hint to it.
because the cup is tinted. It's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm like, it looks purpley. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But it is
Mhm.
just cookies and cream Alani protein. So good.
Oh,
Um,
you can't, totally off topic. You can't see it right now because obviously you can't see my feet, but I'm wearing my Tim Hortons socks today.
Yay! Heather just got a box from me from Canada, and it had a few goodies in it. You should go to her, like, I don't know, all social medias. You have
It's
it
on
posted on.
it's on TikTok and it's on Instagram. It's
Yes,
not
so
on here. It probably will be at some point because everything winds up getting everywhere at some point, but it's on TikTok and it's on Instagram. My Canadian care package unboxing, because dear sweet Canadians, you need to start adopting us Americans.
there's a lot going on. Like I said, sending you love. We send you love.
Thank you.
Um, do you want to ask a question each to get it started? Maybe. What do
Yeah,
you think?
yeah. Let's get started. If anyone else wants to chime in, like I said, we're not just here answering questions for us. We ultimately do want to help you. So if something comes to you and you're like, "Hey, I'd like to know about, you know, my career, my relationship, whatever it is, we are here for you guys." Um, let's see. Now I gotta think of a question for
Me
myself. Though.
too.
Like,
It's kind of
now I gotta think of a
hard.
question. I'm like, what do I even want to know?
Yeah.
Uh, hmm. I'm just gonna leave it open ended. Just whatever spirit wants me to know at this time. I
All
mean,
right.
I'm very much. I feel very much on the right track career wise. Like so many irons in the fire. It's not even funny. And spirit may say something about that, but whatever spirit wants to do. If a white heart pops out, I know what it'll be talking about.
Me too. That is definitely a sign.
Right.
All right. Okay, so we're using my angel cards, so we'll call
Okay.
on your
Whatever I need to
guides.
know. Whatever I
What
need to
does
know.
Heather need to know in this moment?
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, one, please. They want to talk all at once.
They're like, let's give you the whole deck. We don't need the whole deck. Oh, we
Girl.
have a little comment here. Oh, we
Oh,
have a question. Love, what's going on with my son Devin? How can I help him? Money needed badly. Okay. We can take a pause on my
yes.
question, honestly. Let's take care of Kim first.
Yes.
Okay, so what's going on with Devin and how can you help him? Um, we'll each pull. We'll start with that question first and we'll see what comes through. All
All
right.
right.
I'm gonna see. Let's see. I know you have this deck as well, but you already have your angels out. I'm gonna
Yes,
go
I
with my
figured
feels.
I'll rotate. I'll kind of rotate between them, is what I think throughout the weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, obviously, out of my own decks, I can literally pick.
But I like the yes, no, maybe for yours. That's what's. But the
It
angel
is helpful.
cards do
Those
something
have
similar.
some yes, nos, and maybes as well, but they're not on every card. So Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull for I'm gonna pull from my Oracle deck in my feels, and this deck is all about emotions and feelings. So we're gonna try and tap into basically the emotions of the situation, the emotions kind of revolving around Devin. If we can pick up on his emotional body, his emotional well-being, we may be able to better understand what it is that he needs then. All right, so what's going on with Devin? What do we need to know? Oh, okay, we got two. Okay, well, I mean, thankfully these are positive cards.
Yeah.
Um, so you got the genuine card. It says honest and truthful. So I do feel like with this card coming through, that means he is being honest, that there is transparency here. So if you have been worried that he's been like lying or dishonest or something like that, the truth is right there. It is right in front of your face, kind of a thing. And we also have passion, excitement, and intense. So I do feel like that indicates obviously the situation is very intense right now. There is a lot of passion. If you guys are butting heads, um, it could be kind of like a case of like two people who are equally passionate, kind of having friction up against one another in a sense. Um, let's see. How can you guys work things out? How can you help him? If he is someone who's very passionate, it may be hard to get through to someone who is very like lit up and fired up about whatever the particular situation is. Oh, yeah, argumentative. We have the argumentative card coming through. Antagonistic, combative. So definitely, I feel like there's a lot of passion here when it comes to the arguing. Once again, not easy. We do have another question coming in. Stand in line there. Sayon,
Yeah,
28?
we'll get to you. We'll get
Yeah,
to you. So
yeah,
stick
we're
around.
helping out Kim, but you'll be up next. Okay, so we have argumentative, we have a lot of passion in the argument. I do feel like there's a lot of honesty that comes through in those arguments. I don't feel like anyone is like misrepresenting themselves. How can we find resolve here? Oh gosh. Avoidant. Oh my goodness. This is all really I understand why you're stressed. This is a lot that's going on here. I don't feel like the advice here is to avoid it, obviously, because that's only going to make things worse. But there is the temptation to be avoidant. He's a Libra. He's doing drugs. Oh my gosh. Oh, girl.
Well, and there's that almost that like escapism, right? With
Yeah,
drugs, right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Especially if you guys are arguing in a moment when he's like currently high or something, like it's going to be more illuminated.
Mm.
Um, okay. How can we help him? We get it.
Yes.
Things are bad. We get it. The cards have confirmed that. We just need to know, how can we help him? Or
Yeah.
how can you help him? How can spirit help him? What needs to be done in this situation? All right. Okay. Okay, this makes sense. We have worthy, special, and valued.
Oh, I love that.
He needs to be reminded of his own worth and his
Mhm.
own value, because if he only knew how worthy and valuable he was, he would not be trashing his life with drugs.
Yeah.
So, and especially speaking from someone with a lot of Libra energy, there is this misconception with Libras that we're constantly balanced because that's what Libras do. We're balanced, right? Wrong. When you are a Libra, one of your lessons in being a Libra is learning how to find the balance. So that means typically people who have strong Libra placements, they can typically be more in the extremes than people who are not Libras. Because
Mhm.
one of our life lessons of being here as a Libra is learning how to find the balance. And if he is on drugs and he is living life in an extreme way, he's not learning the Libra lesson. And so he needs to find the balance. Obviously, the way he's going to find the balance is remembering his own self-worth. So I feel like this is twofold here when it comes to this worthy card. Number one, as tempted as you may be to argue with him and fight with him on things, this is not going to help. This is going to make it worse. Um, he needs nurturing. He needs to be reminded that he's worthy. So the best thing you can do on your end is to let him know of that. Now, you can't control how he receives that. I can't promise you he's going to receive that, because ultimately, at the end of the day, he has to realize that he's the one who's worthy. This is going to have to come from within from him, but you could be the one to light the match. You could ignite the flame. You can at least start it. And hopefully, he'll be willing to receive that, even in the slightest form, to be able to get to that place where he remembers his worth and value. Because once that snaps into place for him and he does remember his worth and value, he's not going to want to be going there anymore with the drugs, and he's going to want to find balance in his life. So that's
That's
what we got here.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And Heather, with that, with the trophy, I really got this vision of like cup energy, the emotions,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what is
Yeah.
what is he avoiding or trying to escape from, right? And that's why people often do drugs, is to escape, right? And
Totally.
I get that the emotions are important there, and it's like that need to feel, right? And the need to feel worthy. I think like that resonates for me. And Kim, you're gonna like lose it, because like I split the deck and we got compromise. Look at the scales.
Yeah.
Libra. That's Libra
Scales.
energy.
Yeah.
And what we're asking here is like, no, you don't need to compromise on like, of course you want your son to be safe and you want to, all these things, right? But you need to work together. You need to work together to do this, right? It's about
Mm-hmm.
compromise and what you can do and move forward. Helpful people came through too. I just pulled this card out, Kim. So you say, I feel you both, but I can't be there for him. I can be there for him. Okay. It can be wonderful.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful. And Kim, is there helpful people around? I feel like there's people around
If
that,
not, I would say if not for him, for you.
yes,
For you, for sure.
because we're getting helpful people. And look at, I just got goosebumps down my right arm. So look at this angel, this woman here. She's holding a baby boy.
I
Okay,
don't
whoa,
mind up
whoa,
crying now too.
whoa. I just got like tingles in my right ear. So um, this is like, your angels are showing you being protected and loved and guided. And even if you don't have helpful people surrounding you in the physical, you are loved and guided from, from the angelic, from the spiritual, from the
Angels,
universe realm.
ancestors, for
You
sure.
are you are loved, Kim, and so is your son. This is you and him. So your love, your reminder of how worthy he is going to it's going to move mountains. Mother's love can move mountains. Let's finish off. Let's see.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's see
I
one
think
more
there was
card.
like one I think there was one other part to your question there too. Money is needed badly as well. Okay.
Yeah. And so um I got right away. So I was finishing off there and I got you're ready. So we always kind of think, oh, we're not ready to start something. Or if there's something you want to start, Kim, if money is needed, if like that's a stressor in your life, if there's an idea that you're thinking of doing, if you're thinking of starting a business, starting a side hustle, thinking outside the box with this Aquarian energy coming in,
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's you're ready to do it.
Yeah.
And it's look right below it, take action. So if there's something you've been sitting on, thinking about doing, it's time to bring that to fruition. Do you have anything to add to that? Like, do you want to pull another card, or what do you think for that last part?
I randomly just found a chocolate covered raisin.
Abundance.
Totally has nothing to do with this. Maybe it's a message if anyone has significance to a chocolate covered raisin.
Yeah.
It's not a crystal, but it's a chocolate covered raisin. I do want to pull for you really quick, Kim, a career message card, just because maybe it'll help give some kind of inspiration or boost when it comes to like the money portion of things, at least. So let's see if we can get any input here, maybe when it comes to at least the money side of things with my career deck. So we'll see if we get any 411, any extra tips. Come on, give me something here. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it flew out.
Okay, so we have intern apprentice. So, which is funny because interns are typically known for being broke, but that is not the point here. But with this card, I really kind of see it as like a learning curve that you could be, that it kind of like what Kelsey was just saying with now could be a good time to be innovative, try something new. You might want to do that. You might want to learn something new. So if there's like something in particular that interests you, like maybe there's a particular craft you want to make and you want to sell it on Etsy or something like that, now would be a good time to maybe start learning about that, learning how to do that, learning how to go about that process, any kind of side hustle, especially in these economic times anyways. It's like I don't think anyone can necessarily rely on a traditional 9 to 5 or a corporation or anything like that. It's always good to have your own thing going on, even if it's not like a full-time thing. It's nice to have those things just in case. So I do feel like there's an opportunity to learn something new, which will probably help with your income.
I think so. And the big, like, I absolutely agree with that. Take action is what keeps showing up in your cards. It's time to think outside that box. That's beautiful, Heather. And
Yeah.
I love how, like, right, interns are new to things, right? And
Hmm.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be new. It's okay to be new to
It's
something.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like it's a fun new energy. And if anything, like helping yourself with this, even if it doesn't make any sense and it doesn't connect right now, I feel like helping you, it's going to help your son too. That it'll intersect at some point.
Taking care of yourself, right? Nurturing yourself, filling your own
Totally.
cup. Mm-hmm.
1000%.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we hope
Beautiful.
that assists. Obviously, that was a pretty big read right there. I know we also had a question here for Sayin 28. And it was, what is next for me professionally? So I don't know if you're still here, but we can definitely pull something for you. And once again, I'll just go back to my career deck since we're
Yes.
okay.
Cyan. Cyan.
Cyan. Sorry if we're
Cyan.
slaughtering your name. We're we're working on it here. We're hanging in there. But let's see what is next for you professionally. I'll just go right back to my career deck because that is kind of the big deck for the career. Oh, okay.
Oh
We got some.
my. Mm.
Ooh, okay. I gotta ask you. Do you want to be on this podcast with us? Because it says you're a little bit psychic. So we got the psychic card coming through. So you may be
Oh.
spiritually gifted and talented yourself. So I don't know if you have ever entertained that idea, if that's something that is like anywhere in your scope of anything, but it could be something to tap into. If not for like a full-time thing or something you want to do as like your career path, Spirit could also be asking you to tap into your own psychic abilities to kind of navigate that direction a little bit better when it comes to things professionally. But let's get another card here, see if we can get anything else.
That's really cool.
It is. Either way, I think it's definitely confirmation that you are quite intuitive yourself.
And you
So
can bring that into
trust
all parts
yourself.
of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So trust yourself. I mean, if you feel that you're being nudged to go a certain direction in your career, go there. Trust yourself because you already have that ability within yourself. Oh,
Oh,
you're very welcome, Kim.
you're welcome, Kim. Come back next week.
Yeah, come back next week. We will be
Yeah.
here. We're going to get into more fun subjects. So, and if you think of something that you want us to get into, let us know. And we have sales. Okay, so
Ooh.
sales is kind of broad to me because you could take this to be like literally like kind of like how it looks on this card, like the door-to-door salesman or something like that. But the truth is, at the end of the day, sales is in everything. Everyone's pitching something. Everyone's got something they're trying to do. You go on to TikTok and you see all these creators and they're just like, oh, I want to teach you how to go viral, go buy my course or whatever. That's sales. Honestly, when we sit here and we do this podcast with you guys and I tell you, hey, if you like this deck, you can own it for yourself. That's sales. It's like everything is sales. So you could be needing to step into needing to pitch yourself more. Once again, if this type of professional, psychic type of work does interest you, spirit could be asking you to pitch yourself more when it comes to that. It could be about tapping into your intuition when it comes to needing to make more sales and whatever it is that you do in terms of a line of work. You are quiet. You are quiet, listening attentively. Well, fantastic. That's what we're here for. Um, but yes, definitely. I almost feel like definitely though you need to pitch yourself more. And whatever it is that you do. Whatever line of work you want to go into. Like the thing is you can't make any sales if you don't put yourself out there in whatever it is that you do. Whether that's like applying for jobs, um or trying to sell a product, trying to sell a service. Bottom line is you don't go anywhere if you don't put yourself out there. So I feel like that's definitely part of it, putting yourself out there more. um there we go. Girl boss, entrepreneurial spirit, you are meant to be your own business owner.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, you are meant to be. Like, I almost feel like I said, you should be doing what we're doing here.
That's
Like,
what I feel.
yeah,
It's
Kelsey
all
and
connected.
exactly. Like this is literally what Kelsey and I are. We are our own bosses. We do this kind of work, and obviously we have to be able to make our own sales through this work. So I almost kind of feel like earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier when Kelsey was talking about her awakening story and how psychics would tell her, "Oh, you're one of us." Well, I'm going to be that person right now and tell you, "Oh, you're one of us." So, yeah, but if it hasn't been on your radar, this may be something that you may want to look into. Kelsey, do you have anything
Wow, wow, wow.
for the professional direction here?
So professional direction. So I cut the deck as I was kind of listening here, and right away we got this awareness card. And the awareness card, it's almost like it really heralds back to what you said about sales, marketing. It's that awareness, bringing you to the forefront. How are people going to know who you are, what you do? Right, that bringing that awareness of who you are, what you can offer. If you've been thinking about doing anything in the psychic lane, or maybe you have your own business but you use your intuitive gifts to guide you, right? Let's see what else comes through with tarot.
There we go. Yeah,
Let's see.
get a message.
And then we'll pull from my angel deck. We'll just see. Whoa, yeah. Okay. We got the base chakra.
Ooh,
So
okay.
very interesting. And the base chakra sits, if you're familiar with the chakra system, sits at the base of your spine, represented by the color red. And it came out sideways, which I always find interesting. Didn't come upside down, but sideways. So meaning there's almost this fear of like, with the base chakra, it's all about safety and stability and kind of like how you feel in the world. It's your earthly possessions, it's the money, all of those things, right? And I feel like when you're an entrepreneur or when you do something that's outside the box, it can be kind of scary. Especially it can be we worry about money. And in this economy, people with
Yep.
people with stable, quote unquote, 9 to 5s are scared. So it's, you know what? You may as well do something that you love and enjoy and want to do, right? And I'm telling you, having I feel like having a firm foundation of what you want to do is going to be really important. So if you're thinking about branching out and doing something creative, or something where you need to like be your own boss, right? It's about building that firm foundation, doing that research about, okay, what do I need to build the foundation of a house? Well, what about a foundation of a business, right? That's going to be really important. Also, right below it, partnerships and alliances. So that's going to be really important. I feel like people are coming into your field, your energetic field, that are going to be really important. So it's not like you're a lone wolf. It's like you're gonna have, I think community is going to be greatly important to you, and trusting the people that you come into alignment with, using your discernment, knowing who's for you, who's not, but also understanding that sometimes two heads are better than one. Now let's get some advice from your angels. Okay, just one, please. One, angels.
I love that,
Mhm.
especially the community aspect of it. Like Pluto's in Aquarius, we need to connect with our communities. So,
And yeah, and that outside the box thinking, right?
mhm.
And just know that your stability will come as you move forward. It's and I see it came out sideways because it's a little wobbly, right? You're not sure, you may not be sure. But what I'm seeing here is like this recovery. So maybe I get the feeling, you may have experienced some burnout and some in your career, maybe previously, maybe you are experiencing burnout. I feel like that's pretty common, but I feel like there's like this recovery coming for you in this career. And also abundance. You got
I love
abundance.
that.
Yeah.
Abundance,
So
yes.
yeah, like let me know if that resonates for you, but that's what I'm picking up on. It's I think with Heather's reading, it makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah. And
Mm.
that's another reason why I love being able to sit here and do readings with you guys with Kelsey, because like we can't manipulate our cards to kind of like mirror each other like that, but they do.
Super entrepreneurial.
Yeah, then
We're
that fits. That makes
on point.
sense. All right, we got the entrepreneur circle here.
Hey,
So,
thank you for saying that, because it's always
yeah.
nice to know that we're on the right track, right?
Right. It's good to hear feedback, and especially if we've tapped into something that, you know, resonates, makes sense for you. So, that's what we're here
Beautiful.
for. We're here to assist you and to help you. And yeah, so that's what we have for you.
Woohoo.
And if there's anyone else, I don't know if there's anyone else who's gonna maybe like pop in. We'll give it like maybe 5 minutes, see if anyone else does, for any more questions. If not, we will probably wrap things up and come back next week. You are very welcome.
I hope you come
Um,
back. I hope you come back next
yeah,
week.
we are here every Wednesday night, 5 p.m. EST. And we will be bringing you readings and spiritual topics and astrology and all that good stuff. And that's why definitely, you guys, if there's any topic that you are interested in, we're here to be of service to you. So let us know what you guys want us to talk about, what you want to get into. We want you guys to participate in this with us and be a part of the discussion. So that's what the floor is for here. It is an open outlet. So
Okay,
hello,
we have someone
hello.
new.
We have
Hello.
a new person coming in. If you have a question, we're doing some free readings right now before we wrap up the live. We've definitely been on longer than I think we thought we were going to be.
Like almost double.
I know. We were just like, we'll just do this for like 1 hour, and it's like almost 2 hours later, and we're still here.
So energy
Um,
of the next 90 days.
okay. Oh, I
I
like
like
that. We
that.
we
That's
got it. We got a
creative.
time frame there. We like that. We got some established time frame, 90
All right.
days. So that's like, trying to think. 90 days from now
The
is when?
energy is
Like
good
this
here.
the
Love
spring,
it.
I guess. Um, okay. So that's like
90
three
days.
months. So
That's
it's
like
like
my
three.
favorite interview question. Like,
Yeah.
what do you expect from the candidate in the next 90 days? So, great question.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
says
There
the
we go.
energy is good here.
Very structured. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's what we hope to bring is the good energy. Okay. Like what deck do I want to get into for that? I kind of want to go back to In My Feels just
Yeah.
because it is all the feels for that. But if you want to go ahead and pull Kelsey, go right on ahead while I kind of
Yeah, we'll start with some
reorganize a
tarot.
bit.
So I'll pull three cards. One for the next 30, one for the next six, like with after that, that following
Oh
30.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
And
good
then,
idea.
so let me see here. So the next 30 days, whoa, 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 popped right out. Whoa, whoa. Okay. So this card came out first for our when I was doing our collective reading. Fertility. Okay, so
Ooh,
fertility can mean many things. It could literally mean pregnancy, but it also means in the intuitive and spiritual world, it means that like seeds are going to be planted. And we've talked about the astrology coming up. We have the Capricorn new moon on January 18th. So I feel like this Capricorn new moon is going to be in fertile ground, especially for you personally, in order to put in place what it is you want to bring into your life. So this is the time to set those intentions. Like we talked about, new moons are way better for setting intentions. And then you'll see the results of this, at the full moon in June when we have when we have the Capricorn full moon. So I feel like the next 30 days are going to be really important for you in the sense that what you focus on grows. Okay. Where you choose to put your energy is going to be highly, highly important. Okay. Um, but your energy is potent and it is fertile. And there also could be, I don't know, there also could literally be a pregnancy, right? Like it just
you
depends.
never
But
know.
yeah,
Pregnant with
the
ideas,
ideas.
a new business,
Yeah, a
a
new
new
business.
relationship. I-
So very,
so many different things.
so very interesting. Look at this is the second card I pulled for our collective reading. It popped out again.
Well, clearly you were meant to be here the entire
You
time.
were you were meant to be here. So I'm sorry. Your name is it
uh,
Wakim?
Joa Joa Firmino.
Yeah. So I want to like just let you know that I did a collective pregnancy with ideas is good. Yeah. So it can mean like fertility, right? But I feel like it means fertile ground so that your ideas will flourish. That's what it means. Um,
Absolutely.
but I pulled this card to begin with our collective reading, and then I pulled this second card. So that next, after the 30 days, that following 30 days, from 30 to 60, it's like your ideas, you've planted these ideas, you've set your intentions, now you're nurturing them. Okay.
I love
um
that.
there might be this movement, like we're moving into that Aquarius energy, but it'll be almost done. It's pretty much done by the time you get into that 60 days. So but you're going to be spending that time. I feel like you might be picking up a new course. You might be, like you said, maybe you have these ideas in the next 30 days and you kind of solidify them in the next 30 days. So you maybe pick up a course, maybe you study on, maybe you want to be a lawyer and you study how to, like, you study for the bar exam, right? Like you want to like learn how to read tarot cards, right? Or maybe you want to learn how to start your own business. It's just maybe, but I feel like it's going to be nurturing those ideas and not being like alone and lonely, but being in solitude, meaning being with yourself and taking those moments to let those ideas grow and flourish. Now, the last 60 to 90 days. Okay. Okay. Wow. 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 All right. So we got this popped out. Memories of love.
Oh,
Very Six of Cups energy. So
yeah.
I feel like almost like there's going to be this nostalgic energy that's coming into your life. And I split, like, literally, this popped out the sun light. So I feel like it's almost like this transformation of like seeds planted, seeds being nurtured, watered, and growing, and then sprouting into this love, into this light, right? So I feel like you have a really beautiful 90 days coming. That's a
I
great
love that.
question. Like I've never had a question like that. So thank you for
Yeah,
that. That was
I more
refreshing.
people need to come in structured like that. That's
Yeah.
very cool. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull. I like what you did, Kelsey, there with the three cards for the three sets of the 30 days. So I'm gonna go with In My Feels, and this is my deck all about emotions. So we're basically gonna tap into the emotional state of things, your emotional well-being from month to month there. So starting with the first 30, what are the emotions surrounding those first 30 days? All right. Okay. Interesting. So we have embarrassed, ashamed, and flustered. So
Ooh.
embarrassed isn't necessarily like a bad thing. Um, if anything, like especially kind of piggybacking on what Kelsey mentioned with the fertility thing, I feel like this is like a nudge from spirit saying, don't be embarrassed of what you're growing.
Ooh.
Don't be embarrassed because especially that first set of 30 days, it's going to be during Aquarius season, and Aquarius season is all about innovation, it's all about originality, it's experimentation, it's being a little weird and being a little different. And whatever it is that you're growing, it may be a little weird and it may be a little different. Now, here we love weird and different,
Mhm.
but not everyone necessarily loves that. Don't worry about those people. What is that Dr. Seuss quote? The people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind.
There we
So
go.
try to remember that. Don't be embarrassed about whatever it is that you're growing, because I feel like what's growing is good. It's good. Weird is
The
fine.
weird seeds for other people. Yeah. It's all
Yes.
about your mindset. It's all about your mindset. It's whatever there
Yes.
really is no weird ideas because
No.
if you're thinking of it, it's probably important. That download
Exactly.
is coming to you for a reason.
All right. So this is the second set of the 90 days. We have resilient, tough, endurance. So you are resilient. This is like that growing period, the
Mhm.
incubation period of those seeds. So you are strong. You're resilient. You can definitely grow your heart's desire, because I feel like that's ultimately what this is, like those ideas. It's like this is truly connected to your being and who you are and your soul's path, your soul's journey. So it's ultimately like growing the seeds of your heart's desires, which you should never be ashamed of, obviously.
Mm.
But you are resilient. It'll get through every season, the dry days, rainy days. It'll get through it all. All right, so that second or the last set of the 30 days, there we go. Decided to fly over to my computer. We have impulsive, hasty, abrupt. So I feel like at the end of the 90 days, at like the very end with this impulsive energy, I feel like there almost might be like a plot twist. Like there might be a surprise at the very end of it. A surprise from all the planting, from all the hard work and the resilience. I don't feel like it's going to be a bad thing though, because there's already been a lot of good energy here, not just with the cards that have come through on my end, but Kelsey's end as well. So I do feel like the plot twist, it's going to be good, but it's going to come quick. It's going to be like a fast thing, like boom, it's just going to come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
that's
it's going to
like
be
that
light.
sun energy.
Yeah. And it's going to be nostalgic. Like it might be something from your past in a good way coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, and you never know. Like someone who thought that it was weird, they may wind up coming back and saying, "Hey, this actually isn't weird."
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah, I
That's
love
a
that.
great. Yeah, that was a
So,
fun.
90 days from now, make sure you come back and tell us what happened, because now I'm invested.
Yes. 90 days. You got to come back in exactly 90 days and the seeds end up being flowers. Absolutely. You're
I
correct.
love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Flowers are beautiful. And hopefully
Mhm.
90 days from now we'll be able to start growing flowers or something.
Yeah.
So, yes, I love that. Well, we'll give it a couple more minutes, see if anyone else chimes in with questions. Let's see. You are super positive. What's your secret? We've been through a lot. We've been a lot.
It ain't always sunshine and rainbows.
Yes.
But
Oh, thank you. We would love to have you. We're here every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our maiden voyage
this is our
podcast
first time doing
episode.
this.
So,
So, yeah.
oh, hello, hi, Amista. I
Amista.
actually know Amista. So,
Yay!
hi, Amista. She is from in Colorado. So, you're very
Mhm.
welcome.
So
Yes, welcome,
welcome. Thanks for
welcome.
coming.
Yes. So this is our maiden voyage podcast, Tarot Tales. So glad to see you. We are glad to be here. This is Kelsey.
Hi, nice to
She's in
meet you.
Canada. I am actually not in Colorado right now. I'm in Chicago at my mom's, but I will be coming back probably this weekend. My goal is to start driving back this weekend. I had to stay a little bit beyond the holidays to help her with her driver's license. So yes. You are curious. Well, then you are in the right place, my friend. You are in the right place. So, Tarot Tales, we'll tell you a little bit about what Tarot Tales is about. Just because this is, like I said, it's the maiden voyage. Tarot Tales, we do readings, tarot readings, obviously. We talk astrology, we talk spiritual topics. Tonight's topic was awakenings. And at the very end, we take free questions from people. So, thank
Yeah.
you. I will definitely be safe for sure. I've got I've got crystals for the road. I've got a few crystals right here. This is my determination group.
Yes. Ooh. Got some. Oh, it's
My little
beautiful.
I think I do have a batch of crystals in the car too because, who can't? Oh, this is my abundance group. I usually take these two with me when I go do events. So,
Mm.
hello there,
Andressa?
Andressa. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I think it's funny, like we've been on here for I don't know, almost like 2 hours. It's 6:07 here. We started at 4 o'clock my time. It's
Yep.
like 7 for you. We're gonna give things just a couple more minutes here. If anyone has any like last minute questions, carry a black one in the car and guard it. I think I have some tourmaline in the car. I don't know if I
Yeah.
have garnet, but I'm pretty sure I have a tourmaline in there, which is good. Oh, and then I have to show this baby because this is one of my new babies that I got here at Enlightened Balance. My blue
Mm.
kyanite. It's
It's
so
so,
pretty.
that is a once in a lifetime piece.
I know. I
I
love this
love that.
kyanite. It is so pretty.
I love kyanite. And
So
it's so like it cleanses other crystals. That's what
it
I love
does.
about it.
It
Yeah.
does. Let it do its thing. It'll sit here and be pretty. Right
Oh,
next to my random chocolate raisin.
oh, Andressa. Andressa wants to know what to expect in love in the year
All right.
2026.
In love. I do have a love deck. I can hook you up with that question
Yeah.
for sure.
Why don't you start? Because you have that good deck, and then
Well,
and
actually,
then I
I need to grab the deck.
okay.
So if you have one on hand, you can start first. Um,
Okay. So maybe my energy deck would be good for the love of the energy of what's coming in 2026.
yeah, go
Oh,
for it.
all right. So Andressa, if you're still here, we're gonna pull some cards here. So what's coming for love? What is the so we're gonna start off with um the energy surrounding love. Okay, whoa. Okay. Beautiful card here. Angel of love. And I feel like I just got an image of rose quartz. I don't know if rose
Ooh.
quartz, speaking of crystals, right? We were talking about rose quartz, and I think this angel is holding a rose quartz crystal. That's your loved one. So,
And this
Andressa,
one was bought at the world's largest truck stop.
yeah, I love that place. I've seen it through your videos,
I
but
know. Every time I walk in there, I'm like, just give me one of the little bag of crystals and I'm good.
it's beautiful. But Andressa, I think rose quartz, I feel like quartz is going to be really important for you to work with in 2026. And this is your reminder. So the angel of love is almost gives me this like queen of cups energy. And this is reminding that you are love, Andressa. So this is a reminder that like you are as human beings, we want to have companionship, of course, and we want to be loved and we want to love. This is your reminder that you are worthy of that. That's first what's coming out. And regardless of what's coming your way, you are love. That's your reminder. And I'm seeing like this confidence coming in. Your third with your third chakra for Archangel Camuel here, your third chakra is your solar plexus right here. And this is all about confidence. So I think putting yourself out there, like we talked about with this Aquarius energy and Venus in Aquarius for the coming few weeks, this transit, excuse me. Um, it's all about embracing new and unconventional ways of like meeting people, of maybe joining a club, maybe it's you know maybe you meet someone doing something you really love to do, maybe you join a workout class or volleyball or rec club or something. But I feel like there is this energy, really good energy surrounding love for you. Let's pull one more card. Love in 2026. Yeah. um Beautiful. So we got two chakra cards popped out.
Ooh.
Your sixth chakra. So you've had three chakra cards. Okay, that's significant. That is significant, Andressa. So we got the sixth chakra, which is your third eye, and I feel like your solar plexus. You're going to have this surge of confidence, and that is actually connected to your third eye as well, your psychic awareness. And in regards to love, your fourth chakra is open. So I'm
Ooh.
seeing I'm seeing fourth chakra, like there's okay, we have a
We
few
have
more
a couple more
questions.
people coming.
So
Just not to interrupt, but let's see. Timmy Siki and Amisa, yes. We will definitely get to
we'll get to
both
you.
of your questions. So
So
just
but
hang in there. And if you do have to go for whatever reason, if you're on some kind of time crunch, this is going to be posted after we're done being live. So, we can still see your questions. We'll still answer it regardless. So,
yeah. No, absolutely. And I do feel like Andressa, like I feel like chakra work is going to be really important for you this year. Working with rose quartz and your heart chakra, you're a reminder that you are love. You are the angel of love. And Archangel Raphael is the angel of relationships. So I do see some potential connections coming in. And I feel like with anything, it's about keeping your heart open, and it's about that self love. I know that's cliche, but it's really not. It's you are love, you deserve love. And by loving yourself the most, oh, you're going to draw in people and doing things that you enjoy just because you enjoy them, not to meet people, but just to enjoy. That's where I see connections coming in for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. I have a couple of cards as well from my love deck, and we'll see what is going on there for you, Andressa. All right. What does Andressa need to know for love in 2026? What's up on deck? Oh, there we go. We got one that flipped out. Ooh. Oh, this is spicy. Okay. So when that love does come in, because obviously it is going to come in, we have PDA. I don't care. I want the world to know how much I love you. So, I mean, when this person comes into your life, that's going to be one of the reasons that you're going to know that this is your person, because this is not someone who's going to want to hide you in the shadows. You're not going to be a secret. You're not going to be a sneaky link. You're not going to be, it's not going to be the you up at 2 a.m. text. It's going to be, I want to show you off to the world. You are my shining and radiant light, and I want everyone else to see the shining and radiant light that you are.
It's
So
beautiful.
we love that. We love that. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm almost like, I don't even want to pull anything else because I'm like, that's such a good card. But we'll get maybe just a couple more
Tim is
just to cover
congratulating
everything.
Andressa. He said, woohoo!
Yeah,
That's right. She's
we
got great
love
energy
that.
coming for her in love.
We
Yeah.
love that. We love that for sure. All right. Anything else? Oh, okay. We got two that just popped out together like that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go with the less positive one here first, but just because a relationship comes in doesn't mean everything is always 100% perfect. We do have ghosting you is easier than talking to you. So, with the person who does wind up popping into your life, I'm not saying they're going to be ghosting you. I don't
Mm-mm.
feel like that's the case at all actually. But what I do feel like is, everyone still comes into their relationships with baggage, with their own stories, with their own nightmares. And based upon whatever it is that they may have been through in the past, they could have a tendency where they might feel like they want to ghost you. Not that they actually do, but they may feel the temptation to, because I feel like there's going to be a part of them that's going to feel like you're too good to be true. And it's like they're like a issue of self-worth within themselves, where they're going to be just like, should I even respond? Because it's like, maybe if I don't respond, it's easier for like me to leave them first rather than them leave me. But I feel like that's more so a reflection of like their own internal dialogue and their own internal struggle. I don't feel like they're going to actually do that'll actually manifest, but it could be a conversation that winds up coming up, just in terms of like the two of you getting to know one another and getting deeper and becoming vulnerable and open about like your previous experiences and where you've kind of come from.
Mhm.
And we
I like
also
that.
have your friends are my friends are your friends. So I do feel like as you guys get to know one another and spend time together, that your worlds are going to bleed in with one another. So it's going to be very easy to kind of like have those things mesh. So it really will be a matter of your friends are their friends and their friends are your friends. And it's like one big happy family. So
What a beautiful
overall good news.
reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Great.
love that. We love that.
Who
All
was
right.
next?
So let's
Tim, right?
scroll
And
back.
then
I believe
Amista.
so. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Amista.
Okay.
Let's see. Where was Tim's question? I'm like, where are we here?
He says, "May I
Uh
get a spirit message?"
okay, spirit message. Okay. So just like a general message. We can
Mhm.
do that.
Tim's here. Perfect. And you said just a general message from spirit. Is that what you want, Tim?
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just so we can clarify.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. I think I'm going to go with, on my end, I think I'm going to go with Winter Whimsy, just because, I don't know, I just feel led to use Winter Whimsy, and it is winter time. So,
No, I agree.
'tis the
Um,
season to be wintry.
oh, you're welcome, Andressa. I'm glad it resonates. That's what we love to
Yeah, we're
hear.
excited for you.
Yeah.
We love that. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want him to know? Just general message here. Words of encouragement, something to uplift and inspire. See what we get here from Winter Whimsy. Come on, Winter Whimsy. Which, just so you guys know, the Oracle decks that I am using, you can also find these on shadowandshine.com, which is where you can also book for personal, like more in depth readings with me, Kelsey, as well as other people as well. Romance. Love is in the air, you guys. What is going on? We have romance coming in. Okay. I'm gonna pull one more card here. Let's kind of get a clarifier, see where this romance is going. I mean, it could be romance with like a romantic partner. It could be romance with yourself. I don't mean that in like the weird way. I mean, to each their own. But I mean that more so in like romancing your life. Like everything can be romantic. Like we can look at our lives through a rose colored glasses, so it could be like romancing your own life as well. But we're gonna get a little bit more 411. Where is the romance here for Tim? Where's the romance? Is this, oh, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna take this because this one's like totally flipped to the side. Instincts. Okay, so we have instincts coming through. Instincts and romance. So trust your instincts when it comes to romance. So I do feel like this may be when it comes back to romantic connections here. Trust your instincts when it comes to love. Um, if it feels too good to be true, it probably is. Um, but at the same time, like if you feel like something may be right, give it a chance. Don't shut something down before you've given it a fair shot. Let's see if we get anything else here. What are Tim's instincts saying about romance? What are the instincts saying? This confirms it all. This is it. This is the confirmation card. Snow kissed. We got lots of love happening here. There's something going on. Cupid has invaded this live. Cupid is here. But yes, I
Wow.
do feel like there is romantic love there. Trust your instincts on it. So, if you do feel like this person is a good match, which I feel like this means it's a good match. Trust that. Follow that instinct. Even if it makes absolute, and you know what? I'm going to preach to the choir here for a minute. Even if it makes absolutely no sense, I can personally attest to this right here, right now, in this moment. Even if it makes absolutely no sense and you feel like you are out of your mind, your ever loving mind, trust your instincts. It may not necessarily be revealed to you right now in this exact moment, exactly how this is going to happen or when or where or whatever, but trust those instincts because you're onto something. There is a connection. There is a connection with somebody that you are tapped into, and it's not just in your head, and that person feels it as well. So,
Mm.
Kelsey, would you like to
Wow.
piggyback
And
on that?
I gotta say, Tim, you're the energy of like being happy for someone else in the chat. That's beautiful. I think that like that's it just goes to show like there's beautiful things coming your way, and congratulating someone else. Look at the energy that it brought you, right? With this reading. So
Yeah.
just in general, let's see what your message is, and we'll see if it relates to Heather.
That was very specific. I
That
mean,
was incredibly,
it was.
yeah, like whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's see here. Okay, we got a bunch, so we're gonna just reset. Okay,
I
spirit.
think it's the cards are just like we feel all this love here.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Okay, we're gonna pull from my tarot deck and just see what spirit says. Okay. Um, so we got right away firm foundation, and I feel the need to pull another card, and then we'll talk about it. There's one more gonna pop out here. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like you already have kind of a life that you have set up for yourself in a way. It's almost like I feel like you have this like maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there's almost this energy of like being established. Maybe having like a career you like, maybe having a home you like, maybe feeling like good in yourself, and that's a good thing, right? And I feel like you have kind of this great foundation for a relationship to come in. It's almost like you're good on your own, but like it's almost like that wolf on that instincts card. I'm seeing like almost like you've been a lone wolf, but like perhaps it's like, okay, you know what,
Ooh.
there is room for more. And I feel like people have maybe let you down in the past. Maybe there's been other issues, right? We go through things as humans, but it's about what feels good to you, as Heather said, your instincts, and trusting that you know what's best. um yeah. Oh my God. Okay. love, love begins. Tim, my goodness. So wow, wow, wow. And then so this is like the one of like the Ace of Cups, which is all about
Right.
marriage, relationships, like whoever's
Oh
coming
my
in here.
God.
Like I feel like there's this connection coming in. And like I said, like there you've got a lot going for you already. But I feel like it's like welcoming in this new energy. And because you are who you are, you're gonna draw someone in who is right for you. Let's see one more card for you. Let's see what else Spirit has
This
to
is
say.
crazy. You are the cake. This is
Yeah.
the icing. The icing is coming in.
What does he need to know in this moment, Spirit? Close out. Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. And we got authority, the Emperor card, which again speaks back to you got a lot of 4 energy, and 4 is that number of stability, of a firm foundation, right? And I'm seeing like the mountain here, right? And like with the authority card, um it's almost like the emperor needs his empress or emperor, or however you identify, right? But you need, it's almost that like that companionship, right? It's like you're great on your own, but it's nice to have someone in there, right? And someone that's a good connection for you, that love coming in. You're an Aries. Yep.
There you go.
Emperor ruled by, yep, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. So that's what you have coming in, and that's your
I
message
love
from spirit.
that. I love how there's so much like beautiful love coming in for everybody here. So
Yeah.
yeah. Amista, if you are still here, I don't know if you mentioned your question or not. I'll take a little scroll back here, just double check. Um, but if you're still here, go ahead and drop your question. Oh, there you go. Okay. Uh, let's see. You want to know what's the advice from spirit for you regarding romance? Oh, we got another romance question. I love this. Okay. Back to the love deck.
Yes.
You're very welcome. Very resonant.
Woo-hoo!
That's fantastic.
That's what we like to hear.
And when these things manifest, you guys have to come back and tell us about it, because we want to hear all the good stuff. All the good stuff that happens. All right. All right, Amista. Let's see what is happening for you in love in 2026. What does Amista need to know? Bring out some lovely love. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
We got something. We got one jumping. Okay, okay. I feel like this is kind of giving us a starting point on where we're at right now, and not necessarily where you're going, but I feel like this has been the experience up to this point. Is it a fairy tale or is it a nightmare? Because love can be like that at times, where it's just like, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? It's the roller coaster. There's the ups, there's the downs. So I feel like that may be kind of like the baseline of where we're starting. I don't feel like that's the confirmation of where we're going. We're just getting like a, oh, okay. Oh man. The distance between us is torture. Okay. So I do feel like if there is, let's, oh wait, you want the best advice. Okay, yes, the best advice. That's what I'm working on here. Okay, so we have the distance between us is torture. So this indicates to me that there could be someone in your life right now where it's like there is tension, things are rocky. It may kind of resemble a little bit more like the nightmare. I mean, I think of like, this crazy looking house here with like the lightning bolts and everything. She's ignoring him, he's looking at her, like it's uncomfortable, it's awkward. So I feel like this is kind of where it's been right now. We want to move out of that energy, obviously. I'm going to reframe this question. How can we move out of this into something that we want for 2026? Because we don't want more of this in 2026. We want like a
Spirit's
definite
just giving you
direction.
the way out. Spirit's like, this is what you've experienced. They're acknowledging what's happened.
Right, exactly. It's just like, this is where we've been. Where are we going? How are we getting out of this? How are we making this better? At the end of the day, it kind of goes one of two ways. It's like you either repair and you heal in the situation that you're in, both of you together, or you kind of have to come to the place where it's just like, okay, I need to move on. So let's see. Where is this going? What should we be doing here? Are we going to move forward together, or are we going to have to let go and move on? Either way, whatever it is, we want to get you to your highest and bestest love timeline, your best love connection. And now the cards are like really thinking about it here. Come on, spit something out for us, please. Okay, there we go. Oh gosh, girl, what is going on here? You put me on an emotional roller coaster. Wait, we want to get off the roller coaster. Okay, we get it, spirit. We get it. We know it's a roller coaster. Thank you. We know it's a roller coaster.
It's
Where are we going
validating
though?
your feelings. That's what spirit's
It
doing
is.
right
There's a
now. It's
lot of
validation.
acknowledgement here.
Yeah.
A lot of acknowledgement. We want to get off the roller coaster. We want to know if we're getting off the roller coaster together or by ourselves.
Oh,
That's
she
kind
says,
of
I asked, totally ignoring the last guy already. So you're ignoring the last guy. Oh,
okay. Okay. All right.
okay. That
I
separation, that
if
distance.
Well, it's funny though, because if all of this is still coming in, even though
Yeah.
you're not talking to him, I feel like his energy is reaching.
Yeah.
So if his energy is reaching, probably the first thing you need to do, if you've already set the intention, you don't want to entertain that connection anymore, there needs to be some like serious cord cutting. There needs to be some more like spiritual work done behind the scenes to like seal it off,
Yeah.
is what it comes down to. We got to seal that off completely because he is still seeping in. Um, his energy is still reaching 100%. Let's see, how can we move forward without that? Okay. Oh, this just confirmed what I said. I want you back in my life. This is him. He is the one reaching. He is 1000% reaching. Did that 3 days later. He reached out again energetically. Yeah.
That often happens when you, yeah.
You
When,
must are you dealing with a twin flame? Because this is like stupid twin flame
it's
crap.
very loopy, very, yeah, the ups and
Oh my
downs.
gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Um Speaking as someone who has had to do this before myself, the best thing you can do is stay your lane. I hope not either. I hope not either for your sake. The best thing you can do is to stay your lane and to, focus on you, focus on your work, focus on your other relationships in your life, your friends, family, all of those other things. I'm thinking I want to ignore love for this year at least. Okay, we don't want to go there though. See, this is the difference. I'm not saying ignore love. I'm saying just focus. This is where we get into the whole concept of feminine energy, which is a new thing I'm going to be launching. I know, it's funny. Which is a new thing I'm actually going to be launching on TikTok. I'll probably bring it here too, but I'm going to be launching a whole series about feminine energy because there can be a lot of twisting and disillusion when it comes to that out of the wounded feminine, because it's the wounded feminine that says, I want to ignore love. But divine feminine energy does not want to ignore love. Divine feminine energy is open and receptive to love, but it's open and receptive to love with boundaries. So that means you don't have to accept everything that comes to you. You're
Mhm.
allowed to say no. You're allowed to establish those boundaries with like this guy who keeps coming back. You're allowed to say no to that. But that doesn't mean that you're saying no to like everything forever. If something lights you up, gets that spark, hits that in the right spot, which usually comes when you're not looking whatsoever for it, because yeah, it usually comes when you're not looking for it at all. That spark comes, don't ignore that. Be open, be receptive for it. Um, but the best way to do that is to just take care of you. That doesn't mean that you're ignoring love. It just means I'm focused on my business, I'm focused on my friendships, I'm focused on my health, I'm focused on my well being. Whatever it is, focusing on you looks like, that's the most important thing. And then when love is meant to kind of like step right in, it's going to step right in. Okay. I may switch decks just because I feel like he has invaded this deck, but I'm gonna give us one more try just to see if we get anything specifically for you when it comes to love. I'm gonna talk to the deck for a minute. No, oh gosh, player mode. Is he a player? Ooh, ooh.
Give it a knock. 1, 2, 3. That's
Yeah,
how I
yeah.
clear
I
it.
I need to give it a knock. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You are not welcome here, dude. No more. Whoever you are, you're not welcome. Okay. I'm setting the intention. We just want Amista's energy. We do not want his energy. It is no longer welcome. What does Amista need to know for love? Amista. Just her. Just her energy. Just her energy alone. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is totally different energy. That knock just knocked him right out of there. Okay, perfect. This is the kind of love that you deserve and that you're worthy for. And I don't feel like it's something that you're going to be having to go out there and seek and find. It'll show up and it'll show itself to you when the time is right. You are safe. You are home to me.
Oh, wow.
This is the love you deserve. That's what you're also going to feel. You're going to feel safe. There may be no explanation behind it, but it's like you get around that person and you feel safe. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. These are things that are new that I'm learning too. So, but I'm just saying you will just feel safe. You will just feel comfortable. You will feel at home. And it probably feels foreign to you right now because you're used to all this crap, which no one should be used to that. But you're accustomed to that and you're used to that. Your nervous system is expecting the worst. And that's why you're like, I'm just going to ignore love. Don't ignore it. Allow it to find you when you need to. Just focus on yourself, stay in your own lane, take care of you, and then someone's going to show up who's going to bring you that safety and that security that this person was never able to do. Kelsey, the floor is yours.
Wonderful. So, Amista, we'll just see what comes out in regards. So, advice surrounding love, right? That was the question. Just want to make sure 2026. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, specifically 2026. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay. 3 shot out. So, I'm just going to. Whoa, there we go. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So, we got this 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So, I feel like almost I'm getting the feeling that like meeting this person, I feel like your intuition is highly connected to it's like this deepening of intuition that needs to take place in order to bring this person into your life, and using your intuition and understanding the difference between intuition and anxiety surrounding. So I think that's going to be important. Like Heather said, feeling safe with somebody. Even if you feel safe with somebody, the wounding from past relationships can really influence that, right? So it's about connecting with your intuition and understanding how it feels in your body. Okay. So understanding how intuition feels versus fear or anxiety. And that is a lifelong journey for some people, but start paying attention to how your intuition shows up. Okay. Where do you feel it? Where do you feel your intuition versus your anxiety? Okay. And I think that's step one. And let's see what else, what other advice we have regarding love. Yeah. Yeah, there's anxiety, obviously. Um, like I get this feeling of almost like fear of like that roller coaster and getting back on that roller coaster, right? And the like the merry-go-round, it's the same story, but it feels like with the energy of that safe love coming in, it feels like you're stepping off of that. And that doesn't mean the anxiety goes away. The anxiety may be lingering. And look, what did I say? The difference between intuition and anxiety, and understanding how that feels in your body, that it's about connection to your own intuition. That love will come in. What's for you will not miss you. Like that is what's important, but what is important is your connection to yourself and to your connection to how you relate to people and how you feel safe with people and being with a person. If you date somebody new or someone new comes in, how does your body feel around them? Do you feel safe? Do you feel grounded? That's going to be a big thing too. Okay, one more card and then we'll close out your
Kelsey's
reading.
engaged. Listen to her. She's gonna walk down the aisle later this year.
And
So
I went through some frogs before I got to my prince. So I
and even
understand.
if you meet the prince may terrify you at first because you may think he's a frog.
Yes. Because you feel like they might be like the rest, right?
Yep. Yep.
But there is somebody for you. Yeah. Caring connection is coming in. So feeling again, oh, look how safe she feels in his arms. It's effortless.
Same
Um,
energy.
yeah.
Same energy.
Yeah. So it's like that caring connection. So you are worthy of it. It's coming in. But don't let your fear or your anxiety of what's taken place already rob you of the future. That's what's important. Allow yourself to be present. And that's something I'm working on too. So that's for me as well. So I hope that resonates.
I love this. Yay!
Yay.
Oh my gosh, I still can't believe how long we've been on.
Yeah. So we're going on almost 200, yeah, 2 hours. No,
Yeah,
no.
159
150.
minutes, whatever
Holy.
that is.
Yeah.
Um, yes, I would continue to leave it open for people to drop questions, but we've already done
We've done
several
a lot.
questions for people for free. You're very welcome, Amista. I'm so glad that you popped in and you said hello and
Yes. Thank
spent
you
some
for
time
being
here with
here.
us,
And isn't
as
it
well as everybody else who popped in as well,
and
and
it's a good
anyone
problem.
new who subscribed. I think we are going to close it out here now in terms of questions because we have done quite a few at this point. And that's in addition to all of the other stuff that we got into even before that, talking about the astrology and the general card polls and all that kind of stuff. It's been a while. We've been on a lot longer than either one of us anticipated. And then we still have to have our regroup call after we get off the live.
Yes.
But we
So
both do have lives and we both have like dinners to eat and that kind of
yeah.
thing yet. So I do think we're going to wrap it up here, but we are so grateful to you guys for hanging out here with us, stopping on by, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that good stuff. Um, Once again, we're going to be back again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here for the second episode of Tarot Tales. You're very welcome, Tim. But yes, we're going to be back every single week. That's the plan. And if there is a particular area of life that you want us to get into with spirituality, astrology, tarot, any of those kind of topics, let us know. I'm not sure if I put Kelsey's YouTube in the description. If I didn't, I will add it. But go follow Kelsey as well. And you can find both of us on shadowandshine.com. You can book with me. You can book with Kelsey. A lot of the Oracle decks that I used are over there as well. So that's kind of the one-stop shop for everything to be involved with either one of us, basically. But we're always here every single week. Anything you would like to add, Kelsey?
No, I think it was wonderful. I really enjoyed this. And what a good problem to have so many questions. Like I think
Right.
that's
Yes.
wonderful. And
I
the
think
good
I think the two of us came into this like, well, we'll plan all this stuff, and then we didn't realize we would be here like this long.
yes. But you
So
know what?
we'll
Hopefully
we'll
people got some
regroup on that.
answers.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We will see you next week, and we hope you have a beautiful week ahead. So, mwah.
Mwah.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.